Fuck. Oh, excuse me. Oh, that was why I was like, wait a minute, is a sneeze coming? Oh man.
You're like, hold it.
Yeah.
Hold it. Oh, never
Hold,
mind.
hold.
Fire.
Yeah. Blah. Blah. Yeah.
It's suka bleh.
Yep. Pretty much. All right. Let me know if we're coming through for audio and all that fun stuff.
What the hell is this caption? I'm just gonna DM you this.
Okay.
Just read the caption. Don't need to play it. Just read the caption. Or not the caption, the hashtag.
Oh my god. Oh
Right?
my
It's like,
god.
you're just doing this like, I beg your pardon?
Yeah. Oh my god. Why? Okay, I heard myself.
I love you, fucking ads.
Okay, I heard you, so.
I'm waiting till this dodge.
Yeah, I got it. Ads, great. They're fantastic, right?
Hey, that's a nice logo for Dodge right now. Have you seen Dodge's new logo? It's actually
No,
pretty nice.
let me see. Oops. Dodge. Oh, is that it? The
Like
two
from his,
stripes?
yeah,
Like
I
that?
like it. It's like, yeah,
Oh wow,
I like it.
that is yeah. That's one of the good changes for logos.
I mean, okay, I can hear us,
Okay, cool.
but um, okay, one your camera, but anyways, uh,
My camera? Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry.
like we grew up seeing the Dodge Ram, but
Mm-hmm.
this Dodge is actually pretty nice. Like I like this logo. It's simplified.
Nah, yeah, 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 yeah. I like it.
Sorry, everyone who's just joining in or listening on the sound waves.
Yes.
We love we are you know we love art and well I hate making logos because the first 50 that you try to make a logo, you're pretty much drawing what you have seen already. If it's just the squeezing out like a new way to like look.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like for example, I don't think you can ever like change Lay's logo.
It's only been tweaked, but yeah, it's
Yeah,
largely the same. Yes.
I mean same thing with Pepsi. It's just like the
Tw-
curves are just
Yeah, maybe like a little more.
turned.
Yeah, yeah, like change a little more rounded, maybe. But other than
Yeah,
that,
and then I think the current logo for Pepsi, it's like it's in the shape of a smile, right?
oh, is it? I haven't looked at it recently.
Yeah. See, this man don't drink soda like it's water.
Yeah, I
I
know.
drink soda
Pretty
like it's
much.
water.
Right. I've been trying to avoid the soda life as much as possible. But when I do drink soda,
Which,
it's only Coke. Uh, oh yeah.
but I don't know. Like with soda, I'm at that point where like if I'm at a restaurant or getting fast food, I have to have it as Sprite. I cannot eat fast food with like Pepsi or Coke anymore.
Really? That's
Yeah, it has to
interesting.
be like Sprite or um not but any of the lemon lime drinks.
Yeah.
I mean, and also same with like restaurants. I gotta have like my Sprite. I guess because it's like you know helpful for the digestion,
Mm-hmm.
which I also gotta learn that I am borderline lactose intolerant, so I have to stop drinking shit with milk in it.
Oh yeah. Can't
Let's
have
just
that
say this.
the you can't have that the boba tea, like, all that stuff.
Oh, I will take the
You will take the
I'll
hit.
take the yeah, I will take the porcelain throne hit to enjoy boba tea, but holy
You will
shit, this
gladly get that
morning.
the porcelain pass for boba.
Like this morning, after I drank my matcha latte from Starbucks, I was like, oh, this feels good.
Yeah.
Walk, 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 walk.
Glug glug glug.
In
Yeah.
bathroom. In bathroom, 5 minutes, come back out, do a little bit of work.
Yep.
Walk, walk, walk.
Yep.
So my boss was just like, the hell's wrong with you? I was like, I'm Asian and milk happened. And he's like, oh shit. I was like, yeah. Oh shit, indeed. Raise that fucking gasoline smell.
Still happening. That sucks.
Like, that's the thing. I'm sorry. For those that, do own vehicles and stuff, if I were you and you don't use your vehicle for a long time, drain it and, preserve it. So when you do eventually use it, you can put back the gasoline that you siphoned out of your container.
Right.
Because again, it's fucking. It's.
All right. So retweeting something aside on X and smelling gasoline, all that stuff. We are back. Welcome back, everyone, for 2025. Hopefully everyone's start of the year hasn't been too bad, like what's been going on in California. Um, it's yeah, we'll definitely we'll actually talk about it because it actually
Yeah, well,
affects something that we always talk about in the Hypecast, which is like um TV stuff or like media entertainment of some kind. Um, it definitely has affected that one way or the other. And then yeah, so yeah, we're back. So it always seems like every start of the new year, there's always something like really bad off the start. Like last year, 24, right? For 24, there was that earthquake in Japan right at New Year's. Remember that one? That was pretty bad. Yeah, that was pretty bad.
because
Stuff
I
like
think also with the last year's Japan earthquake, I believe Hawaii also had like a tsunami warning.
oh
Just in case.
yeah, yeah, that's understandable.
Because I
Yeah,
know I know my cousin in the Philippines had it like blaring
yeah,
news.
yeah, it was pretty bad. That was also not a great start to the year. So yeah, surprisingly, I mean, we haven't had any fighting game news right off the start of 25. I mean, we you do have like trailers that were revealed during our break and stuff like that back in December, but time has passed. So, but yes, there have been other characters in uh Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves. A character was revealed.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean,
Longtime
on a
favorite.
technicality, we did get a sort of fighting game related trailer, but it was during the Nvidia not the stream thing when they were showing off the virtual fighter stuff
Uh huh.
on a technicality. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
but it wasn't like it was a what's it called? It was a hardware show off of like
Yeah, it's
showing yeah,
a demonstration or demo.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it looks fucking good. Is my
Hmm.
rig able to handle that? Nope, not yet. I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Not
have to
yeah.
upgrade the
Yeah.
damn thing.
The 50. It's you're talking about the 50, right? The 5 series or whatever you call it. the graphics cards. That,
Yeah, like the newest one that
yeah, the newest one. Yeah, yeah.
or or whatever they were showing in the Nvidia stream.
Yes.
Or
Yeah. I've been hearing about the new graphics cards, but I'm still good on my 3060 Ti and my other
yeah,
hardware. And it's still fine. Um.
like what we're saying with graphics card, everyone, don't just buy the latest new one because it's the latest new. The generation before is always good
Yeah.
because thanks to my friends that do IT and they love building their own rigs, it's always the first wave of the new generation graphics card that will have the problems. You will have to wait till wave two
Yeah. Yeah.
for
First couple
it
of
to
months or
be like,
something. Yeah. I probably should wait.
yeah, for all the kinks to be ironed out, and also to wait out the scums, which are the poachers and stuff that will hike the damn
Yeah.
price
The
down.
yeah. What do you call those? The scalpers. There you go.
Scalpers. Okay,
Scalpers.
thank you. Yeah.
Scalpers. Yeah. That's always not the.
Hungry.
Oh man. Yeah. Zawa, for his background today, he has Venom with cheeks out. Yes. It's right there on the side. For me, I have the Zenless Zone, whatever newest version they're gonna come out. They had their street special program and such
Yep.
like that. So we'll definitely talk about
Are
that later.
you ready?
Oh, I'm ready for Evelyn. But we'll talk about that later on. So we're gonna go straight into the front line because again, there's nothing going on with fighting games, but well, at least for
At the
us to talk
moment.
about. Yeah, at the moment. So let me go ahead and
I mean, I guess by next week we'll have Evil to talk about for the
oh
fighting
yes,
game
you're right. Yes.
content.
Oh yeah, and then unfortunately, I think someone like accidentally revealed the thumbnail or something.
I I briefly saw that and I quickly like scrolled
Yeah,
down. I
I
was like,
swapped.
oh no.
Yeah, I swipe. I like swiped up. And I just like I know I remember it happening, but I don't know what was in the thing.
Yeah, I just saw Evil showcase and I was like, oh
Yeah, I know.
no.
That was unfortunate. I don't know what happened there. That was very unfortunate. But
It was it was Jeff it was Jeff
Jeff
Keighley.
Keighley. Yeah, it was. Yeah, let's
He
blame Jeff
tampered.
Keighley. Yeah. Somehow he left the thumbnail in the thing, and I some shit like that. I don't know, man. But yeah, so let's blame Jeff for this one. I don't know. Anyway, um, let's get into the front line. All right, so yes, rough start for 2025 for us Californians because of the big old fire that's been happening in Palisades and Altadena, Pasadena, pretty much, and then most recently, as of this update, Brent Hill, I believe, is getting hit by it now. It's spread there, and so even areas like Encino have gotten the evacuation warning, or in fact, they were told to evacuate. So um, it's
And
been. Mm, go ahead.
for us non-Californians, if you could like tell us like where in California, because I know it's in SoCal, but is it on the west side or
So
is
so
it
it's if
more
it's more towards the beach. So west. Yeah,
so, so here? I
ish.
can't
Yeah,
make my hand into a freaking
yeah.
state, so
It's
it's like
it's
right
well,
here.
it's kind of quote unquote closer to the beach, but it's still like inland. Um,
Okay,
and then Palisades is kind of in between Santa Monica and um not I well you could say like Beverly Hills and Hollywood and all that stuff. So yeah,
mhm.
it's basically Hollywood for that one area, and then on the other side of Palisades is Santa Monica. So it's kind of like and then plus the with the winds that have been very much not helping out with the situation. Strangely, it's coming from the north, which is very rare, which explained of the tons of ashes that my area has been getting. In fact, that's the most ash I've ever seen in this sort of situation. We've had like situations where yeah, like the ash has come down and stuff like that, but man, it was like um from what I was able to tell, it was like almost snowing ashes. And by the time I got to my car to go to work, um, I took pictures too on and I put it on social media. Um, yeah, it's quite a bit. The camera does not do justice. There's a lot more ash around, but yeah, kind of goes to show.
So was it kind of like not pun not taken seriously? Was your car kind of caked over with ash or just like a thin layer?
It was there's some parts of the car that were kind of quote unquote caked in. Um, my sister's car got more caked in because I guess you could say it gets to wash less often, so that's why. And then I take care of my car a little more, so that's why the ashes just blew off like nothing as soon as I moved the car, or as soon as I started driving on the freeway. Yeah, but it's pretty wild to like see just visible ash just nonstop at a moment, at least in the um several hours, man. It's crazy. And then like that was like the time to wear a mask because obviously you can see what you're breathing in. So it's like, yeah, especially for people that are like, oh, I'm not gonna wear a mask, and blah, 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 blah. It's like, yeah, that's the time to wear a fucking mask if you are going to have to wear a mask, right? I saw that happening, and but meanwhile, in the actual areas, right, it's very devastating, man, to see so many stories and memories and like happy times and whatever you want to, call, right? Having a home, right? It's like one of those things is where you cherish so much, right? For many plus years, like obviously like at least 30 or what or so, have only to have it all taken away under an hour, right? And next day you see all that devastation, man. It's wild. It's wild to just see the photos and stuff of the destruction, all because of the just absolute negligence by our leaders in California. It's just so disappointing and frustrating to see. The actions of the few can really like cause these sort of consequences and such. And it's like really dumb reasons too. Like I've been learning about like why exactly California wasn't really adequate with the water, and it was actually because like yes, California we all know is a desert state, but it still has a right amount of water. It's just a matter of where, right?
Yep.
A lot of it comes from the north because a lot of snow and stuff like that. So all that fresh water flows down from the north. But for some fucking reason, our wonderful governor, Gavin Newsom, decided that that was a good idea to just dump it into the ocean instead of actually using it to put that into the reservoirs and stuff like that. That I'm sure a lot of people have been hearing that word nowadays, on the news. All because of apparently, it disrupts a species of fish called the smelt, which I didn't even know like that was a thing until now. Like so maybe that should say something where it's like I don't think we should really prioritize that much on the fish species, like as much as I want to like preserve wildlife and stuff like that over human life, right? And homes and like thousands or yeah, like thousands of homes and such. You know,
I'm trying to look up like what the fuck is this? What does
it's
it
I
look like?
believe it's a type of freshwater fish, but in
Hmm.
my mind, I'm just like how like I'm just trying to like um rationalize like how would that this like in particular disrupt their sort of ecosystem by having fresh water
Yeah,
flowing down their way and such. But I don't know, maybe
because
it could be an excuse or something, and it might be something a little more to it than that. But that's like the
in,
mm,
in
go ahead.
in my like brief touch with ecosystem and stuff, thanks to college, because college, that's where you experiment, where you want to what you want to learn.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There are certain species that you have to protect for an ecosystem to thrive,
Mm-hmm.
because some animals rely on eating those species,
Yes.
circle of life, all that
Mm-hmm.
jazz. I'm trying to think what that particular fish species, gives back to the ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
salmon gives back to humans and to the wildlife,
Mm-hmm.
like bears and other carnivorous
Mm-hmm.
animals,
Yes.
and probably Bigfoot and Gollum. But
Right. But
that's another story.
yes, yes.
So if smelled is just like your average Joe like fish species, like I almost said bass, bass,
Bass. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
then it's like really. Because
Yes.
there are some species that of fish that I believe they can thrive in the most smallest like body of water,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. With like little
and
resources around it too. Yeah.
yeah, like they can just fucking survive
Mm-hmm. Right.
and be just like I'm gonna bring up the one fish species that if you want you can disagree or disagree, the fucking tilapia, that
Mm-hmm.
damn fish. Well, for us in Hawaii, we call the tilapia the rubbish fish because it will eat any shit
Yeah.
to live,
Right.
and they can thrive like in like the fucking murkiest water, and you're like, why?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. So, anyways, yes. Prior. So I think the point is that there are just wrong priorities. Over like I don't know, protecting us, right? Us humans, and our homes and everything else around it, like the forest, for example, right? The plant life around us too. So it's and then like of course the whole like Newsom and like other such people in California. There's been just for years. It's been just this push for fighting back on climate change and such like that. It's just like it's like at this point like I get it, but it's so pointless because everyone else like every other country right has their own standards, and it's not like you can convince them or change their standards just like that. You can't just go to a country and be like, hey, you got to do like this and stuff like that.
Yeah,
That's not how. Yeah.
you cannot like it's like pretty much like a workspace. If you come from a different store
Yeah.
and you try to like converge, your new store of the way your old store work, it's not.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
That store, that store you're moving into, you have to conform to that store
yeah.
because they already have like a system. They already
Mhm.
have their clicks, their pat,
Mhm.
their way of doing stuff. And
Yeah.
if you don't like it, it's like pretty much tough.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You gotta
like,
work with it. Yeah. Mhm.
like for my working place, our new ASMs had to learn the hard way. Like it's like, yes, you're from our sister store, but whatever your sister store was doing, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
You guys were doing like a lot of like under the table shit that we were not, that you're not supposed to do against, per company
Policies and
not
stuff.
policy and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and if you want us to do something like that, then you do it. I don't want to take the fucking blame if
Right, yeah,
something
yeah,
goes
like
wrong.
yeah, like you better take responsibility. Yeah, of course. Right. So yeah, that's basically kind of like how that goes, right? You know, you can't just go walk in into someone else's house and be like, "Hey, you gotta do like this, or you should do like this, just because it worked for me," kind of thing.
I
You know?
know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Same
yeah,
same thing for us too. Like whenever we get a new manager, it's like, they have to work with what we've been working, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like they can tweak. Like a manager can tweak here and there
Yeah.
if they
Make a
know
little make a
they
little
do have.
improvements. Yeah.
Yeah, if they have the keen eye, going like, okay, uh Hawk Sean here is good at
Hmm.
organizing and putting stuff in the vehicle. I don't need to, make them do some ridiculous shit.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
what is your weakness?
Yeah. Hmm.
What can I do to help you, boost yourself? Same thing
Yeah.
with me.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I
Basically.
know it's bad in a customer service environment, but I am kind of quick to fucking turn into a bitch. But I
Mm.
hold it in like as long as possible until the customer leaves, and then I vent.
Yeah.
And my coworkers are used to it already.
Yeah, yeah, they're they,
So,
they they're like the sponge to your ranting and stuff like that. No, I get it.
like my coworker Auntie Gracie, like she can already read my body language. She's like, "You want to go? You want to go into your car? Go in your car."
Yeah.
5 minutes later, you okay?
Yeah.
You want cookie?
Yeah. So so in any case, they've been trying to just really push this whole like climate change, thing, right? With including all the electric car bullshit and just like all this like environmental friendly kind of like just nonsense, including for whatever reason moving the water to somewhere else, right? Um, but for whatever reason, I don't know what crossed their mind not to fill those reservoirs, man, like to places
Yeah,
where it actually needs water, and not to mention like keeping the hills wet or moist with all that extra water. It's like millions and millions of gallons of water. Like it's more than enough water to do all that stuff. But because
that's why.
yeah, environment stuff, right? Go ahead.
And that's the thing too with like the reservoirs that you guys have. I don't understand because, and I'm gonna put out there. Thank you. I'm gonna thank Canada, your northern neighbors, for
Mm-hmm.
helping out. Dumping water or whatever they can. But it takes some time to fly from Canada or whatever station in Canada down to where the hotspots are.
Yeah.
So thank you, Canada. So that's the thing too. You have your reservoirs. Why don't you? Why doesn't the U.S. or Cali in particular just work something out with Canada? Like every 3 months, can
Right.
you grab whatever water you can and then just fill it in canister 13,
Yeah, something. Yeah,
whatever.
something to that extent. Yeah, like it's just wild like that apparently went on for like such a long time, and then like I heard from well, this is from like the news or whatever. A firefighter basically said like we've been lucky for this many years, that's why nothing has really happened, but just like a shift in the wind can literally turn this and like just like a normal perfect day into just a disaster like this, and like that. And that's what happened. That literally what happened this past week. It's crazy of how they could just be like, yeah, this is good, and just like,
Hmm.
and now they see the consequences, and of course now that um people had their houses on fire, it's like, yeah, now they're starting to like understand why this whole climate change, I don't want to say complete nonsense, but it's just like it's too much. It's too much, and it's not
like
working for us.
the climate change movement, when you look from the outside in,
Yeah.
was too fast. It should have been slowly
Yeah,
like
no, you're right. No, it's too much. That's what I've been saying. It's just too much. Like, oh, by this year, like what, 2035 or whatever the fuck, electric cars are gonna be the standards. Like, nah, man, it's too soon. Like, we don't even have enough infrastructure and stuff like that to even
we don't
do
even
us.
have the correct um not algorithm, but the correct technology to
Hmm.
fully convert shift
Exactly. We're not even ready.
into energy.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
I,
on a technicality for electricity alone, we do have like nuclear power or the other power source that some
mhm.
people are saying that we should do. Forget what it was called, but anyways,
Yeah.
so we do have it, but we're still too young
Yes.
as a species to be playing around in that um, environment. Or
Hmm.
I'm using the words wrong, but
Right, right, right. No, no, I get you. I get you. Absolutely. That's the thing. But people like Newsom and the LA mayor, Karen Bass, um, just don't care. I guess they didn't care until maybe now, but even then, I'm pretty sure they don't. They don't care as much. I don't know. It's just
it's like
wild.
it's like probably in the beginning they had good intention,
Yeah,
but
of course.
I'm gonna I'm I'm gonna I'm gonna steal a line from Avengers ending. You're a few years too early.
Yeah, or in this
It's
case,
like we
many years
barely
too early.
it's like we barely out of the tutorial phase of some of these new technology that we're trying to develop for efficient energy and stuff.
Yeah. What was wild was that I think it was like a couple summers ago was when especially like when the pandemic was still like a high point. um Newsom literally told us, don't drive your electric cars, don't recharge them because people are using way too much power because we're all indoors and using the AC and shit, and so it's like, oh, don't use don't recharge your cars overnight. It's like, well, isn't that what you're fucking pushing in the first
And
place? It's
it's
like,
like
that was wild, dude. No, it was, man.
I use my AC sometimes over throughout the night,
Yeah.
but it's because we had solar power, and to
Mm-hmm.
my understanding we do have a reserve like power source, so it's pretty much like I'm siphoning off of the reserve,
Mm-hmm.
and it also gets recharged in the day and stuff. So
Yes.
that's my understanding of how my house is set up with its solar panels.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong. I could be fucking bringing up the electric bill. Instead of paying fucking $70 for electricity, we're gonna pay like that 1 month 100, and they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
My bad.
My bad. Yeah. No, that's just the stuff that goes on, man, and here in Cali with our wonderful leader, right? Who by the way wants to run for president whenever Trump resigns or is out, which is
I mean,
insane at this
yeah,
point.
for
Yeah.
it's well, that's the thing too with Trump. A person can only be a president for 2 terms.
Yeah, yeah, 2 terms. Yeah. So once he's done, he's out. Like he's out for sure.
Yeah,
But like,
he cannot do it again.
oh yeah, absolutely. But so like, yeah, there's been talk about Newsom being running for president, and at this point, you are insane if you think he's going to be a good president. Like absolutely not.
I'm sorry, I might be fucking reaching to the stars. I'd rather have Bernie in the
At
fucking
this point, right?
White House.
At this point, right? I mean, man, it's it's crazy, man, of this whole situation. So obviously, thousands of homes have been devastated.
Yep.
At many points as of this time. Um, in fact, this is considered to be the most destructive fire, LA fire in U.S. history, according to David Lynn here, saying pretty much 30,000 acres destroyed, 57 billion in economic damage, and I'm sure that's going up as of now because it's still going. Um, 180,000 people had to evacuate as of this point. Again, I'm pretty sure that number is going to be going
Yeah,
higher.
that
Hmm.
point, yeah.
Yeah. So there's other
And
plenty of other
actually,
areas, excuse me, of other areas lit on fire, including Altadena, Palisades, Hearst apparently, and then Lydia on fire as well. Man. And then even now, like Brent Hill is getting hit. Um, just like look at this, man.
like this, these are people's homes that we're seeing the aftermath.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep.
It's just
And
like
again,
yeah. Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna slide this in.
Go ahead.
Fuck those that are saying like the firefighters are not doing shit. I was like, fuck you.
Oh,
They are.
yeah. Fuck off with that shit, man. Fuck
It's
off
like
with
they
that
are
shit.
trying their damnness. You fucking go
Right.
out there.
And and here's another thing. Thanks to our wonderful leaders, the fire department and the police and other such emergency response units have been severed of like money, the budget, the people, right? And like the LA fire department, I guess, apparently is like um prioritized DEI stuff over, oh, I don't know, keeping water where there needs to be water, stuff like that. Like it's that stuff is also adding to this whole wild situation, man. Like this shit is just pissing me off. Like I'm sure along with everyone else that's been looking into this.
I'm that videos make me uncomfortable.
No,
Like
this yeah,
you
like
can see the amber in the air, and I'm like, you don't have. And there are horse goggles. I'm like, you don't have horse goggles on your damn
they probably couldn't
horses.
even like get them because the
I
fire has
know.
been spreading so fast. Especially thanks to the wind, man. It's terrible, you know. So oh yeah, ignore this one. Apparently this video is like from another separate incident, so it's not even
Yeah, that and fuck those people like that tweet right there trying to like capitalize
yeah.
on something that's not even related. The only
Yeah,
thing
this
that's
is this is from
related
like
is fire.
yeah, I think this is from like October. No, yeah, October. This is like completely separate. So I don't even know why. But I mean, I get why, but it's like, ugh, that's horrible. But anyway, um, yeah, the air quality's been terrible. Obviously, so a lot of businesses around it too had to close down for the time being because of the air quality. And then like, especially with us working from at a FedEx, the drivers have to be extra careful because of the air quality and the traffic and like all those areas that are potentially have to be evacuated and stuff like that. It's again, it's such a mess. You know, yeah, and of course, this whole fire and situation is by caused by different factors, right? We have the dry weather, is of course, being a desert state, right? The winds have been very turbulent, water shortage, right? And policy failure. I think these two right here are like um, correlate with each other, 3 and 4, policy failure and water shortage, because it's all under the responsibility of our government, and they definitely failed us with horribly flying colors. Um, but yes, the fact that we've had little rain and stuff like that. I mean, I don't want to say that's normal, but that's kind of like what you should expect for California. But still, it's pretty bad. Santa Ana winds definitely multiplied this factor by several at least. Um, yeah, there's just been horrible, just leadership policies that have been put into place over the years. Again, thanks to people like Gavin Newsom and Bass, um, horrible priorities, horrible just execution of things. Um, and then yes, Trump tried to have Gavin or excuse me, Governor Newsom um change what he was doing, but he said no and such like that. So again, it really like makes Newsom just horrible, absolute horrible human being. Um, no matter how one would see it. Um, yeah, like there's so many other things, but obviously there are gonna be people that just solely will blame it on climate change, climate change. That's no. I mean, it is a factor. Okay, I think we can agree on that, um, but there's so many other things, and a lot of it is from the human side of things, right? The people side of things, and the people responsible are just not taking all the accountability, um, and all that. They're not fully like admitting, oh, this was our responsibility. We fucked up, all that stuff. Like they're just like a lot of deflection, a lot of just like, oh, we're doing our best. It's like, well, no shit. Like, but there has to be responsibilities being taken and such, and someone has people have to be accountable for it. And a lot of people have been asking Newsom and Base or Bass, I don't know, to step down from their position and face some prison time or whatever, jail time. Because yeah, this is bad. This is horrible. This is so devastating. Like there's no words that can really describe the scale of the situation. You know, I've lived here for 30 plus years now, and I just never seen anything like this. But it goes to show that a few people can really do some damage if they're that irresponsible. Irresponsibility can just really be costly. So, because of that, the fires and all that stuff, it actually has affected what we have been talking about on the Hypecast here, including entertainment and such like that. Of course, because the fire is actually like pretty much like hitting Hollywood, right, and areas around it, which means a lot of those homes that were destroyed belong to celebrities and other such people relating to other leaders like Hunter Biden, right? Joe Biden's son, his house was burned down. Um, I believe Kamala Harris had a home around that area, so we don't know if that burned down or not, but I'm sure it got affected one way or the other, right? It delayed a lot of the filming, including Fallout Season 2. The show that we both praise and love for what it is, right, from Amazon. Um, that got delayed because of this. So it's just it's like such a direct effect of the fire, right? So that's why we're talking about it here. And obviously, as I have lived here in California for that long, it's like, yeah, of course I'm going to be talking about it. It's affected a lot of things, people, their homes, um, government, obviously, the entertainment side of things, the actors, businesses, small businesses, wildlife, the environment, all that stuff. It's like, okay, you're trying to combat climate change, and yet you are actually going the opposite in a way because of how irresponsible people like Newsom are. It's just the I don't want to say like grand delusion or anything like that, but I don't know. It's just pure irresponsibility, negligence, ignorance, and just a lot of things. And um, it definitely calls for some changes, you know. And obviously, it also has affected. I would say the whole like DEI stuff, right? I mean that's something we've been talking about kind of here and there with the entertainment alone, with like the inclusion of like like certain race, people of certain race or color, or like certain um people of what pronouns they want to go by, or gender, transgender, uh backgrounds and such, right? um there was a priority over putting or keep making sure that California was getting water to prevent such fires. It's again, it's just like it's so frustrating to see that taking place not only for entertainment purposes but actual human protection, right? This is firefighters we're talking about. This is like police we're talking about, especially firefighting, right? They literally were blocking people who actually have the experience, the physical prowess, but instead hiring people just because they're, either transgender or, gay, lesbian, all that stuff, right? But it's like, okay, well, do you have the experience? Do you have what it takes to be a firefighter? And that's what they're just not looking into. It's just so wild to like talk about it, because you're literally playing, not playing, but like you're involving human life, because this is they're supposed to be there to protect um the people, right, from these very situations. And instead you're just hiring the wrong people, whether whether because they're just not physically capable or whatever it is, or their mindset is just not there. It's just because you just want to be like, oh, we're diverse, oh, we're this, or we're that. It's such a marketing thing, and it doesn't
Just
do
want to hit
anything. Yeah.
the check marks, the
Mm-hmm.
quota.
The quota, exactly. Right. So
Like I'm all for inclusion and shit, but do
yes.
it more. Not well. I guess the word is not really the word that should be used. Not tastefully, but do it more. With some call with some thinking behind it,
Mm-hmm.
instead of just
Some logic, yeah. Like
like
um
just like oh it's a like it's like that the new fad. Or
mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's like it's so weird. It's like it seems like they're just treating this whole thing like a fad. Like, oh, like, the DEI stuff is so popular or whatever, quote unquote. Uh we, we should actually implement this into something like, oh, the ambulance or the emergency response teams and firefighters, right? It's like, what? Bro, like firefighting does not care about where you're from, what you are. Like, it's it's a matter of, do you have what it takes, right? Isn't that what it's all about? Yeah. Um, a lot of stuff like that, man. So obviously you have a lot of people angry, including um people like James Woods. I'm not gonna play the video here, but just basically, whoops, sorry. Um, basically he goes over like what happened. He shares his side of the story, and this is the James Woods that you know, um, who has played like Hades and like other such characters, and voice actor, right? He's done voice acting stuff. He's done other acting things. Um, he is one of the many people who lost their, or who has been involved with the fire. Now, in a very recent update, his home actually was one of the few homes that did not get touched by the fire. Um, it's wild. That also is crazy because there's all those photos, right, of the fire or after rather, and you always see like the one house that gets like untouched, or one or two houses that get untouched for God knows why or how. And his home was one of them. So thankfully, he was spared, but a lot of people not so much, unfortunately. Right. There's already been like confirmed deaths, of course, at least 7. A lot of pets either are lost or like ran away or something, or actually gone. Again, all because of wrongful priorities and such like that, man. So it's just so frustrating. That's why my whole week has been just off. In terms of vibes and everything, it's been not great. There, no. Um, in California, yeah, man, it's you know, very reliant on Hollywood for the money and stuff like that. And when you fucking up like that, it's like, yeah, that's gonna rock your boat, you know. Those fires were hitting towards like all the studio cities and stuff like that, like all the big names that you can think of, and think of like what would happen if like the all the big iconic areas of Hollywood were lost. What are you gonna do then? It's like, right, what's California gonna do? Because you lost a big source of income. So what are you gonna do? Now you have to pay for it. That's all the consequences that are on your shoulders, right? For Newsom and other such leaders, because of their beliefs. So there is going to be a big pushback, and there is going to be a big demand for change. So, you know, what timing? Because this is the beginning of the year, so it's who knows what's going to happen. What's even more fucked up, um, hopefully, hopefully not will happen, but what's even more fucked up is that we're gonna get more wins coming this next week. So who knows what's going to happen then? Are we gonna have round 2? I hope not. Yeah, we can only hope and pray, I guess. And meanwhile, just wanted to throw this in here too. Harada has even commented on the fire. Harada-san, producer of Tekken and such. His father was a former firefighter who participated in joining joint training with the LA Fire Department. Invited firefighters from the United States to Japan to pass on Japanese firefighting techniques. He saw the situation in Los Angeles and wants to rush over there. It's it's just crazy, man. That's all I can really say at this point. A lot of people affected by it in and around the fire, and changes have to come. They have to come, and people like Newsom and Karen have to take accountability for it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. And I'm sorry, but anything at this point, what they do, like even if they do some like good action or whatever from this point on, their reputation is forever damaged from all this. From what like anything they do from this point on, it's not gonna help them. Like there's no going back on it. There's no fixing it. Even if you do somehow fix this whole situation. There's no fucking way he's running for president. There's no way they're coming back as our leaders of California and such. Well, I think he's on his second term anyway, so whatever, or whatever term he's on his last term. But either way, it's like it's there's no way his reputation can ever be repaired. This is such a disaster. So right. Was there anything else you wanted to throw in before we move on from the fire?
Pretty much. Well, I guess what hasn't been said, like be
Yeah.
safe, everyone. That's and yeah. Like I'm worried about my auntie, even though on the map it looks like her where she lives is far away, but
Mm-hmm.
like she lives in San Jose, so but as you said, like the wind is can just pick up out of nowhere
Mm-hmm.
and just transfer the stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yes. That's what makes it scary, man. You just never know like what happens in this situation like that. Like you would think like, oh, it won't reach to my area, but somehow there if there's a little possibility, there is a way, right? Now that being said, I don't think there's no like trees in my area or anything like that, so that I can thank for, but um you just never know, right? You just never know. Um when it comes to the people around me, thankfully most people are unaffected by it, with the exception of my sister's friend who has a family and such. Their home was actually devastated by the fire, unfortunately. So you know, it's terrible. It's having to hear that. Um, one other thing, if I haven't said it already, my heart goes out to all the people affected by the fire, but of course, all the firefighters and police and everybody involved to try to help with the fire and everything. My heart goes out to them, and I hope you know they come out of this okay as well, and hopefully they get you know what is long needed, right? When it comes to just rest, going back to their families and stuff like that, being able to just sit down in peace, but being able to go back to work with a peace of mind someday. But I guess, we got to take it one step at a time. And that one step, of course, is, well, putting out the goddamn fire and making sure the fire doesn't come back. Right. There's no perfect plan, or of course, there's always going to be a fire here and there, but, you know, it's way better than nothing, that's for sure. But, you know, the year has just begun, and hopefully we have that. We have so with that we have a lot of room. So hopefully we get those changes that are just been needed for so long. Okay, so we can go on from there, and all right, let's close out all that off. Now we can kind of shift our focus into what we focus on more the usual. And this is rather some strange piece of news coming from Go Nintendo, saying that Amazon has finally canceled the Mighty Number 9 3DS pre-orders for some reason. Do you remember that game, Mighty Number 9?
I thought you were dead.
Yeah, right. I mean, it was a game for those who have forgotten or don't know. It's made by the I would say not the guy who created Mega Man, but like he was kind of like heavily affiliated with Mega Man. He was an artist for it for sure, but he designed like a number of the characters and stuff like that. But he became the face of Mega Man because a number of people left at that point. So he for some reason was just the guy for Mega Man. So everyone looked at him as like the father of Mega Man for whatever reason.
Mhm.
So whenever there's that whole story about Mega Man Legends 3 that got canceled because he and Capcom cut ties, um or rather Capcom let him go, right? And so he went on and tried to make his own sort of Mega Man game, crowdfund and all that stuff, called Mighty Number 9. And it was supposed to be like this spiritual successor and all that stuff. But that came out to be a failure. And the more it went on, the more people realized that Inafune is not really all that great of a um I don't know about person, but the sort of like he was a figure that a lot of people thought of that he was, right? So that was that pretty much. TLDR. So it became kind of like a joke for a long while, including the pepperoni pizza explosions in those like videos. um, yeah, the graphics were bad. I think the gameplay wasn't all that great for how much anticipation there was, and for whatever reason, I guess there was a 3DS version of it, and let me just skim through here. Oh yeah, so there were plans to bring the 3DS, but yeah, obviously it didn't happen. I guess, even though I guess it met the goals, but there's just so much delay. I mean, I'm pretty sure it went through development hell because of the stuff around it. I'm sure like that hasn't even has not been revealed up to this point, relating to the behind the scenes stuff, which I'm sure it was a rough time. And so now, I guess as of recent, Amazon made it official that they finally canceled those pre-orders. So it's such a weird, odd thing to come out of left field. But yeah, any comments about Mighty Number Nine and the stuff around it?
What? Well, for Amazon, what the hell took this long?
I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's communication. Like they just didn't know about what was going on with the 3DS stuff, so they're just kind of just like, all right, oh, there was a 3DS version. So,
It was probably like in their backlogs or whatever,
hmm
and then someone just happened to like stumble upon it, and they're like, "Oh,
yeah, because Mighty Number Nine has been that's been so long now, right? Because when did that come out? Actually,
it
2016. So
years."
we're getting close to 10 years. That's crazy. That's crazy, dude. Oh my god. Where did the time go? Um, yeah, this went through video game development hell. Um, Multiple delays, mediocre reception, and an array of communication problems. So I think that's what it is. It was just a bunch of communication problems, and so recently now I guess Amazon got the word and they're just like, yeah, fuck it, you know, cancel it. And on top of that, right, I'm pretty sure Amazon has been like so busy with like the pandemic stuff, right? Trying to like get all these shows on the road and stuff for streaming. And like you got stuff like The Boys, Invincible, and all that stuff, right? The Lord of the Rings show, Rings of Power, right? Yeah, you know, you know how that goes, right? I mean, um, yeah, it's just a bunch of projects. I'm sure, like, it's no wonder they didn't get around to this till recently. Yeah, what a what a shame because it was kind of a revelating of who Inafune really was, right? It seemed like I think what happened was um he kind of like got the rush of being like the face of Mega Man, like the name. It's like Keiji Inafune, right? It's like when you think of that name, it's like you think of Mega Man, and I think he got too high off of that. The whole fame kind of felt like a rock star kind of thing, and he bit off more than he can chew. You know, at the end of the day, he's just a game designer. He's not a producer or just like a director or leader, right? Someone else should have taken the mantle of that, and him being like the lead designer or something like that. You know, maybe. What do I know though? Anyways, anything else for mighty number nine, or are you all mighted out?
I don't have a mighty need for this.
Oh, oof, oof, man. All right. Um, next one up for frontline stuff. Some good news. Um, let me see. So, this is okay, okay. So the headline here is that subscription services, including gym memberships, will be required to have a one-click to cancel option starting from January 14th, according to Dexerto. But community notes have corrected this, that the that such changes are coming April 14th of this year. So they're still happening, but it's just that it takes a little longer to be implemented, even if they do pass. So um, but rest assured, it's still happening. I mean, this whole subscription thing has been a nightmare for a lot of people. I'm sure, especially with the rise of more subscription-based stuff, right? I mean, we all have our fair share, like Netflix and um, other streaming platforms and Amazon and things like that. And remember the stuff we talked about with Adobe and stuff? Like they just went out their way to make it really difficult, right? To cancel. It's like, oh, if you um cancel from us, you're gonna have to pay this fee or whatever, blah blah blah, and like, and then even then, it's like they actually make it harder to click through the canceling stuff like that. And I've sort of experienced this gym membership canceling thing for myself. I
Mhm.
used to go to LA Fitness a lot, but then at one
Okay.
point during the pandemic, I'm just like, yeah, I'm just gonna work out from home. So I just tried to cancel, but then they were like, oh, we require a letter from you, blah blah blah, all that stuff. And it's like, oh my god, really?
Fuck.
Yeah.
The
Like,
fuck?
what do you need a letter for? Like, what the fuck? What do you need that for? I just want to cancel,
it's
dude.
like it's like what? You need a fucking what's it called? A 12 week 12 week notice?
Yeah, right. Something
It's
like
like I didn't know I was doing a fucking job interview. Not a
resign.
job interview, but
Yeah, job interview slash like
uh,
resignation or whatever. It's like,
resignation. Like
yeah,
the
yeah.
fuck?
Um, so yeah, stuff like that, like ridiculous, of the practices by these companies. But luckily, the FTC and such are starting to push back, and I would say this is a good example of um government regulation, right? Where it's kind of needed uh to make sure like companies don't do all this scummy, annoying stuff. Especially on Adobe. Oh my god, that's what a shame. But anyway, hopefully it'll happen soon enough, right? Hopefully April 14th will be soon enough, right? Any other comments before we move on? Do you have, or excuse me, have you had an experience of having difficulty unsubscribing or canceling?
I mean, I'll bring up an old wound for you, or for us designers, Adobe.
Oh, did you actually try experience it? Oh my god.
Um, because you remember before, like Adobe, you were able to just outright buy the damn software that you were going to use
Yeah,
instead
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah,
using
yeah. Right.
the fucking subscription shit.
Mm-hmm.
So it was when I was still in college, and you had the student pricing for
Mm-hmm. The
shit.
editions, yeah.
Yeah. So I think it was a good like service fee, blah blah, and then I eventually graduated.
Uh-huh.
So I was like going like, okay, and I had like 4 more months left on the subscription. So I was like, okay, I'm done. Like I don't want to use Adobe anymore. I mean,
Right.
I had my fun with like InDesign, Photoshop, and all that jazz. But I cannot pay for something I'm probably not going to even use. A lot anymore.
Yes, yeah.
Other shit's gonna get in or gonna take my time
Yeah.
and focus. So try to do the whole fucking canceling. They're like, oh, okay, since you're canceling your subscription early, you have to pay a fee. You have to pay a cancellation fee, and on top of that, you won't. I mean, again, this is at that time. You won't get back, the money that you know you as a refund for like the four,
Yeah, yeah,
stuff.
the remaining,
So
yeah.
I'm like, wait, you're still gonna charge me for the four that I don't want to,
Mm-hmm.
and on top of that, a cancellation fee. The fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
So I
definitely,
just had to wait
yeah.
it out. Like I had to wait it out, like for the
Mm-hmm.
4 months. Like just staring at it, going like,
Yeah, and try not to forget, right? Like otherwise, you know, they the what do you call it? The sneak, right? Of like, oh, you want to continue and stuff like that. Yeah, I actually had that happen to me, kind of like on PlayStation Plus. I forgot to like cancel the auto thing. I'm like,
oh yeah.
so I saw my phone and it said like $80. I'm like, fuck.
And it was like, where the fuck did that go?
Yeah, man. I'm like, oh
Give it
fuck.
back.
Yeah, that was such a waste of $80. Oh my god. So I guess I have another year of PlayStation Plus. So I was like, ah, damn it, man. That I was so mad at myself for not being on top of that. Um, I think that's honestly the only thing I'm subscribed to other than YouTube Premium and whatever podcast thing I'm using, podcast service I'm using, which just I think it's like Podomatic or something. But yeah, that's like nothing. So such a low price, so it's fine. But uh, PlayStation Plus, I have not been on PlayStation for a while. I don't really play games online with PlayStation for a while, so and if
Yeah.
yeah, the value is
I
not there.
What was it? Two days ago, I got hit with like the subscription notification on my stuff. Like, thank you for adding funds onto your Nintendo account. I was like, what do you mean? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I
I
think
see
I'm.
you switch.
Yeah.
I see you collecting dust. I'm sorry.
Oh, I know that's sad too. My Switch is collecting dust too, because I've been just playing the Hoyo stuff like ZZZ and Genshin and whatever. Those have been kind of taking over my gaming life at this point. Um, which is sort of a
Priorities,
shame
man.
because like, yeah, I haven't finished Final Fantasy VII still, so I'm like beating myself up for it. I know I'm just
It's okay. You'll get to it soon.
you're petty his ass. Anyway, so
Well, I can't pet the front. We'll get this
you can
this
pat his
channel taken
back
down.
or head.
Which
Hey,
hit?
huh?
You say I could pat him in the back of his It's like which hit?
Well, oh God, I mean his back or his head, not the back of his head. I mean, okay, well, to be fair, it is only the back of his head, but damn, man, physical over here. Anyway,
Yeah, he's a big boy. He can take it.
damn, man. So, anyways, hopefully, unsubscribing will be a lot easier in the future. Okay. Lastly, this is another like sort of left field too in terms of gaming. Remember Atari? Like 2600, all that stuff, 5200, all that all that jazz.
Are we going through the Angry Video Game Nerds collection right
I
now?
know,
Why
right?
are we bringing up? Why are we bringing up Atari?
Yeah, and then like the links and all that stuff, man. Um, they came out of nowhere. They revealed a new handheld system. So you see like the buttons right here.
But why?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's like why?
Is it like for an anniversary?
I don't know the context, but it just says an icon reimagined from Atari themselves. And
Atari is pretty much
look at
going
this
like
like
"It- it's our
phone.
time.
Look at this phone ass
Oh my
numpad
god!
interface.
Seeing that, and since you said no, the phone game. What was it called? That phone that was like a game, like a portable game phone. It
Oh,
was like
I'm not
because
sure.
I know GameStop was sold it
Oh, okay.
like back in the day.
Oh, like the sidekick and like oh, oh my god. The I know what you're trying to talk about, but
The N-Gage,
engage,
the
engage. Oh
fucking
my
Nokia.
god. Oh my god. Jesus. Look at the numpad, dude. It's an actual physical thing.
My arcade.
Yeah, it's called My Arcade, I guess. I mean, yeah, they got the oh wow. So it's got like the HDMI out, the headphone jack, volume control, of course. So so it's basically like the Switch. See, my question is then is like is this like just like a third party console that will play like Nintendo games and like whatever, or will they have their own lineup of games? You can kind of see what it looks like in full. So it has like the joystick right there, the numpad right there. My God, showing this age already. The buttons. And oh yeah, see look at A. Look at where A is. It's on the bottom, just how it should have been. But anyway, um, I'm not sure what that black ball looking thing on the bottom is. It's like it might be one of like another joystick or whatever, or it could be one of those like trackball ones, or like I don't know,
Not
D
being
pad.
twisted.
Yeah,
Pull it.
twist it, pull it, flick it, suck it. What?
Fuck it. What? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Say that. Whoa, whoa.
uh, the D pad right there and the screen, obviously. You got all the standard shoulder buttons and trigger buttons over there. And look at it. Oh, I don't know if this is a stand that comes with it, but yeah, I don't know. Oh, yeah, okay. So it looks like it has its own proprietary stand. Okay, it's got some stripes on it. I'll give it that for style points. Yeah, I don't know. It's like what are you doing here in the game console? Oh, it lights up. It's kind of cool. Yeah, it's so weird. Any comments on like the design at least, or what do you think of the My Arcade? You looking at your was that iPad or something, or what do you call those? The Galaxy Notepad?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's the same
I
size.
think I think Atari got in here a little too late, just a little bit, but I could be wrong. And
Atari,
yeah,
Atari acting like they're Internet Explorer right now.
uh huh,
Hey guys, I finally made it. I
yeah.
made my first handheld console.
I finally made it. It's yeah. The numpad has me really curious. I mean, at least like typing in numbers will be easy, I guess, but It's like, oh, I wonder what the point is. I wonder what where are the games? That's what I want to know. Um, well, let me see. Hold on. Oh, so maybe it's like a lineup for what's to come. So like yeah, there's all these like accessories and controllers, trackball stuff, numpad. Um, oh, okay, so it's called the Atari Game Station Go and the Game Station Mega. Library will have 200 built-in games, including Centipede. Oh, it's like a art. Okay, so it's like a fancy handheld art classic arcade console. So you'll play like Pac-Man, Warlords, Asteroids. Okay, so it's not like this like this what do you call it? Product that will compete with like the Switch or anything like that. It's just its own thing. Um, it's for the people who have like nostalgia for Atari, and the handheld device will be like a way to be going back on it, right? Like to relive those times in a relatively playable package. But this other one looks kind of neat. I mean, it's like a little mini arcade cabinet almost. See, you have like the joy little arcade joystick right there, the 8 buttons you see on an arcade machine. You got this numpad right there. Yeah, it's got this. It's like this little mini. Uh, you got the little trackball looking thing right there, the
Mhm.
dial and everything. It's like old school, but also little modern, almost. So I'll give him that for the design, but um, as much as I don't know, um, I'm I'm like I guess happy for those folks, for the Atari diehard fans. It's definitely not for me. You know, I'm not gonna get it immediately or anything like that. Um, anything from you, like for Atari stuff, like does it tickle your fancy at all?
Be able to play ET.
Yeah, play ET on it. Yeah, I don't know.
Lose my fucking mind.
You're right. I know people have said things about ET, but like, what do you actually do in that game? I've never actually sat down and played ET. People always talk about like, oh, it's the worst video game of all time, during that time period. But what do you actually do? I just never knew. Right.
Oh, time to watch that one episode of what you call Angry Video
Yeah, you
Gamer.
video game nerd? Yeah, exactly. He plays it so I don't have to. Yeah.
Excuse
But but to answer the question from you, are you interested at all, like, to play? Do you have a
me.
need
Yeah.
to play any of the classic games at all? No. Yeah. I thought as much. It's a neat little like collection piece. I'll give it that. But other than that, it's just like a conversation piece to me. But I mean, good on Atari for staying alive after all these years, I guess. Right. All right. So let's go on now to the games news and talk about something that's actually been super active and popular for the modern audiences. Let me go ahead and play this. All right. Ironically enough, accompanied by a classic sound from video games. But anyway, let's talk about Zenless Zone Zero. First off, let's start off with the statues apparently that are coming in potentially. So, someone at a convention was able to get hold of these pictures of the early versions or prototypes of the statues. So this will include Wise. This will include Bell. They're the two statues that are colored for the prototypes, but we have the early prototypes of Lycan, Rena, and Corin. no prototype of Ellen at the moment, so that would almost this almost completes the Victoria household group. Uh, the Lycan, Rena, and Corrin figures will be from Apex. Bell and Wise are gonna be from Smile. Um, let's try and see the other angles. I'm sure that I believe there were other angles, so you can try to get a different shot. Oh, okay. So there is a Ellen figure, but it is the school outfit version of Ellen, and not in her actual usual default outfit.
Mm.
Any thoughts just based off of these angles for the rest of the or any of the statues here, if you want to talk about them? I'm sure you have your eyes. I'm sure you have your eyes on the Lycan
Yeah,
one,
I'm
but
looking at Rena.
yeah, sure, yeah. I mean, although to be fair, yes, she is, you know, very popular for reasons. But anyway,
She's very popular, and yes, a lot of people love to eat her cooking. Nothing ever bad's gonna happen.
Ellen is one of the only people who like her cooking. Funny enough.
Yeah.
But any comments on just how they look so far and like the pose and anything like that? Details
It's more on I want to when it becomes
finalized.
uh, finalized. It's more the detail on Lycon's tail, like how detailed are they gonna make it. For Rena, we can already see that the her dress it's gonna have a lot of like details and
Mm-hmm.
ruffles.
Yeah. Oh, there's another angle with his tail a little more visible, but um, here is Corin and
I
here is
kind of wish
Rena.
her Corin's face was her kind of like freaking out.
Oh yeah, like a little more freaked out. Like otherwise, this is a little more like, like.
It's like that standard like like battle pose. I kind of just wish they had their own little personality in their facial expression.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Again,
yeah. I get it.
Corin like
They could have done a little
freaking
more
out.
with Corin for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Rena kind of looking like a little. And well, speaking of Rena, where's her two little
Oh yeah, maybe they're separate units or something. Like they'll come in, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna be included in the final. Oh no, actually, one of them is actually attached to her. It's like slung or something. Hold on, enhance. You can see you can see one of them right there. It looks like it's like attached to her dress. Because they're trying, I think what they're trying to do is make it into one mold, so it'll be easier to produce, I guess.
like
Because it is a statue after all.
it's like it's like this dress. It is my home now.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
This
there's the other bangbu right there, like right behind, yeah, like on the end, over there on the
this
left side.
ass.
Yeah.
It's mine.
You see this ass? It's mine.
See all of this is mine.
Mine. Pretty much. Yep.
No touchy.
No touch.
Stand in line.
Yep.
Pick a number.
Yeah. Pick a number. Yeah. Yep.
And then Ellen's just like,
Yeah.
eh.
That's like a pretty normal pose for Ellen, I guess.
Which again, I kind of wish like because she's in that pose, I wish she was just like knocked out
Oh yeah. It is a
to make it more like
statue.
it is her character.
Yeah, yeah. It is a statue, so I don't think you can change your face. I could be wrong. I mean, there's like some figure slash statues that do come with like multiple heads or whatever. You could like swap out. Maybe they could do that for Ellen since they could easily play some trickery since she is wearing a choker. So you can kind of like get around that or whatever with having more heads. So you can have one for her being awake and one of her asleep or something. Because that is Ellen. Um, so that was that. That was something revealed for ZZZ. And then let's talk about, or at least try to talk about the special program or something from the special program. Let me bring up the tabs right here. Kind of. Oh, for some reason it's the same link somehow. Oh, it is the same link. Okay, fucked up a little bit, but anyway, um, we could just go up from here. Let me
Mhm.
see. It's kind of just hard to. Let me see. Let me see if I can find a recap. Hold on. I'm sure Game 8 will do that easily. Oh, there you go. 1.5 live stream. There we go. Leave it to Game 8 to come into the rescue for that. All right. So first off, the release date. Excuse me. Sorry. Let's see. Okay. So obviously they talked about Astro Yao and Evelyn, right? Yao is the ether support agent who heals. I believe she only heals on her ult, but I have to look back on that just to be sure. Singer actress, very famous. Evelyn is her manager slash bodyguard. She is a fire attack agent. Her damage potential is still up in the air, but she increases her crit rate somewhere in her attacks. So she already has a built-in crit rate increase, so that already brings her value to the team, right? As a DPS unit. Um, Let me see. So for the banners, yeah, will be coming up first, and along with that, for the A rank agents will be um Corin and Ambi. That'll be for the 4-star slash A ranks. Simultaneously, along with that, will be Ellen making her comeback for the banners. So for those who have missed Ellen, you can pick her up for the sake of collection, and if you really like her, then more power to you. But good luck because she is coming out at the same time with Yao, so it's gonna be pretty difficult. Of course, with that, her both of their engines are coming back as well. Of course, or excuse me, Yao's engine will debut. Ellen's is coming back, I believe. And then the second half, I guess. Let me see. So there is a part one and part two, unfortunately, which means they're going back on their how they do banners instead of like what they did with Miyabi and Asaba for whatever reason. I wonder why they only did that for Miyabi and Asaba. I think they probably wanted to just give everyone a chance to get Miyabi because she was just a such a highly anticipated unit, and she is very powerful to be fair. But anyways, there is a part two. Evelyn will be coming along with Ching Yi, her rerun. So good luck on that, Zawa, because yeah, I know you wanted Ching Yi. I wish you luck on that.
I don't need luck. I just need $1,000 from my credit card.
Gee. Oh God, I don't want to think about that, man. Yeah.
Lock and load, baby.
Mm-hmm. Um. Yeah, and then I'm pretty sure their engines will be debuting along with that. Um. Elegant Vanity. I believe that's Oh God, this is something completely different from. It's like a
Wow, is that the new Zenless character?
yeah, some Victorian shit right here. Okay, there you go. So this is I believe. Okay, so I guess the okay, so the engines are like separate. So I guess they're just talking about the engine for Yao, for Astro Yao, down here. That is. I'm not sure why they didn't put it right here. It's kind of strange of how they organize it. But anyway, new Bangbu coming along with that named Snap. It's the one that takes pictures and stuff like that. It's kind of funny. It's like kind of like a parody of like the paparazzi and stuff. Those people who snap pictures like that.
I
And
s-
then
I
and
still
then
find it funny the
mm,
recent Bang Boo. It's pretty much FBI open up.
yeah, the FBI opened up. I love it, man. I'm glad I was able to get it very quickly. So I able to snatch that and had a lot of fun with it so far. Okay. Let me try to like scroll down just so I can like line up with what I'm trying to talk about here. So we talked about the figures, yes. Okay. So we do notice that yes, Yao has another outfit right here in game, right? Um we have some artwork thus far. This is I'm sure part of the story, right? Featuring Ellen and Asher Yao. My by the way, my goodness, Evelyn looks beautiful. Really like her. And then we got some skins coming into the game now already at this point. Very very um fresh into the game relatively in comparison to the other Hoyo games, especially with Genshin. But Nicole have her own outfit. It's more like a color swap more than anything, and that's going to be free, I believe. Okay.
Mm.
Along with that, Ellen, of all people, is getting her own skin, and it is the school outfit that she wears. Now, some people are frustrated because um, I believe you have to pay for it, but don't take my word for it just yet. And this is something that already exists in the game, and yet you potentially have to pay for it. So that's what people are kind of angry about at the moment, which is understandable. But for what it is, that's obviously one of the other favorite outfits for Ellen, which is a school outfit. So that's cool that we are getting it at least, but hopefully the price tag won't be too harsh, if at all, right? I mean, hopefully it'll be free. That'd be nice because it is already in the game, right? Um, and then for Asher Yao, it is also getting her own skin as well. And this one for sure says that you have to buy it. Like it says it will be available in the in-game store with a limited time deal during the promotional period. That period ends, it will be still available, but now at the full price. So basically, what they do with other outfits, in the other Hoyo games, especially Genshin, they give you a discount at first, and then it's like, oh, time is over, and then they'll put it at the full price. So this one for sure is going to cost money for Astriel's outfit called Chandelier. Any comments on the on this outfit?
Is it bad that I like this old outfit instead of her default?
You like this one better?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the white and black and some I don't know
Like
what
it
this.
doesn't look busy
Yeah.
compared to her.
Yeah, to the red one. The red one makes her look like that one chick from Spy Family. I forgot her name, but
Your
Yor. There you go. Yeah, thank you. She comes off like Yor more than anything. But yeah, with this outfit, it's a little more unique. So, um, if you want to get it, I don't blame you. Um, that's the kind of the difference. It's like she's coming in with her own outfit already. We haven't seen it in game just yet, so it feels like yeah, a little more appropriate for DLC, paid DLC. But when it comes to Ellen, that's a little more like because we've already seen it and yet we have to pay for it potentially just to be able to wear it. That's yeah, a little more annoying if you ask me, but if not very annoying. But I guess it is what it is. Um, Even if with a price on it, God damn it, I can't help it, but I'm gonna buy it. I like Ellen that much. She's cool, and yeah, you know, again, I believe Nicole's is going to be free because they usually offer skins for 4-star or excuse me, A rank agents or 4-star esque characters for free. At least for a limited time anyway. And then once you miss the window, then they'll put a price on it.
Yeah.
So you have the opportunity to get it for free in this particular case here. Um, so there is that. So oh yeah, and here's the picture for Ellen's outfit. I like the artwork for it. It's really cool. I like the pose and stuff, and yeah, kind of nice to see a little more of on the casual side of things. I even commented, hey, can we get a onesie, the shark onesie from the video of Ellen next? And I actually got quite a bit of stars or likes on it, so that's goes to show, like, yeah, that onesie outfit will be really really nice.
Yeah.
Any comments on her school outfit? I mean, I know there's not much to it, but it's like the other popular outfit.
It's simple.
It's simple, yeah, very simple. It's nice because it's a
Blue though.
simplicity, you know. There is the Mindscape art for Yao, apparently.
Boo. Should be, should be like Lycon, Billy. Mostly all the male characters they kind of shows a lot of skin.
Yeah. Have you seen Anton's?
I saw Anton's and I was like, some it's like no one in you know
He's like posing for like a calendar or something.
yeah, I was like, I don't like you, but you're making me feel things. Stop.
Did they show off the dynamic wallpapers for the two, Astra and Evelyn? So I like it. It's pretty simple. Like,
I so because their dynamic wallpaper is pretty much the same. Yeah,
yeah,
it's just a different angle. What the car is and
you're
stuff.
right. You're right. You're right.
What if somehow they incorporated? If you do have both of them, they both appear in their own
That would be pretty cool. Yeah, 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 yeah. If you have both of them, that would be pretty
like
nice.
Yao, for example. Yeah, she's front and center,
Yeah.
but then you see her manager like behind the car,
Behind the
just
car.
staring,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah,
staring
yeah,
or on
yeah.
the
Like
phone
yeah.
for like making the next gig.
Mm-hmm.
Then back to the manager. She's out there just looking around, and then yeah, I was in the car, like in the car with the window down, and she's just like looking. I'm like,
Mm-hmm. That would be pretty cool, like a cool idea. And create a little more incentive to try to buy both the characters with the polls and stuff like that for sure. It's that little extra pizzazz, right? Um, there is going to be a Fall Guy esque event featuring the Bongbos for 1.5. Oh yeah. I've played these games before. Have you watched season 2 of Squid Games?
I have not, but I heard a lot of bad things about it.
Really? I actually enjoyed it for what it was. I mean, it's kind of hard to explain without like spoiling it too much, but yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, but I do kind of see why people are kind of turned off by it. But yeah. Um so that
Again, I'm like that person. Let me watch it to have my own
opinion, yeah.
opinion on
Yeah,
it.
for sure. Absolutely. Obviously we have the stories, right? We have the story coming for 1.5. Um New mode include for Hollow Zero called Cleanse Calamity. We're getting a another thing for the simulated battle trial called The Last Stand. new update for the Shiyu defense for enemies and stuff like that. Apparently, we're getting a new arcade game for the arcade stuff, right? Within ZZZ. This is a racing game and a multiplayer version of Bizarre Brigade. New stuff for new collectibles from the main story and the Sanzi studio. So you can like collect like in-game figures for your little display stand in your room. Kind of neat. Um, and a ton of these events for 1.5. I'm not going to go through all of them, or obviously, but three of them are going to be involving with logging in and getting free pulls. So that's pretty cool. So all of that accounted for, I believe, will get you about three, 30, excuse me, 30 pulls over time. No, not all at once. I know that's annoying, but that's how they do it, because so that it just kind of creates incentive for you to log in. That's how they do it, and that kind of inflates their numbers of, oh, people, this many people logged in today. That's sort of stuff. This also includes, of course, the boopons, or the currency for pulling the bongbos. Uh, Double rate for routine cleanup. Double rate for materials, such as, or for the W engines and the agents. Okay. Let me see anything else. Okay, so there's optimizations, right? New optimizations coming. So you can actually, for coming to 1.5, you can actually now select up to I think it was like 5 characters for the dynamic wallpaper random selection. So it kind of like swaps in and out. That's kind of cool. Badge and title UI stuff. Changes coming. Combat update for Notorious Hunt. You can now skip the first wave of enemies in Notorious Hunt. So that's kind of nice. Personalized training plan. So now you can actually like set your goals for whichever agent you want to level up and stuff like that, I guess. So backup battery charge. Proxies can now can obtain. No, okay, this is kind of typed weird. Proxies can more easily obtain surplus battery from their backup battery charge. Crafting optimizations. Okay, so this is basically like shortcutting a lot of like your level up experiences, especially when you have an excess of the lower level material or this higher level material, to whether you want to dismantle them or craft into the higher level stuff. So it'll be more automatic and easier to level up your characters and such. Disk drive UI stuff, visual clarity stuff. They're changing how it looks. It is quite notable, or noticeable. And then display logic will be changed for W engine stuff. And then there's going to be more optimizations come in. I don't know if they'll like just talk about them on their Twitter/X stuff or in another time. So yeah. Okay, so we already talked about the banners, right? So this is what her engine looks like for Yao. So that's kind of nice. It's like a bag base or coin purse basically. There's Ellen coming back with her engine, of course. Evelyn, her engine has not been revealed yet. And Chingy with her engine as well for her rerun. Okay, we already talked about that stuff. The free polls. So we talked about that. Yeah, we talked about the figure. Oh, so I guess they're getting Nindoroids for the ZZ. Right now it's just Bell and Wise. So there's that. Pretty cute as usual,
How many? How much money we spending, boys?
right? Pretty sure like what Ninjoroids are like what 50, $60 or something.
50 at the lowest, 80, 80 at peak season, and then it
Yeah,
goes into the three digits once they're
gone.
out of a season.
Yeah, out of rotation or whatever. And this account has a bunch of like screenshots of potential teases, right, for certain characters, including who appears to be Hugo Vlad, who's supposed to be like the vampire within like the maybe not Victoria Circle, but like a group affiliated with Victoria somehow. And then yeah, this is all the events that we skimmed over. Yes, we talked about that stuff. A couple more screenshots of the outfits that we did mention. Well, did you have any comment for Nicole's outfit?
It's too much.
So it's pretty busy. I mean, it's I'm pretty sure it'll be free. But yeah, it's a little busy, but you know, there are people who like the busy outfits, so you know, it's for them obviously.
Or people just like pink
Yeah, pink and like that color of blue ish.
and fishnets.
In fishnets, yeah, for sure. Ellen is such an opposite, it's like very simplified, but I rather get this outfit. Very simplified. It's cool that you can actually like battle with it too. It's not like for just like, you know, walking around or whatever. So that's
Yeah,
nice. There's Yao's right there. So
I'm just waiting till someone fucking and if they are not gonna, I'll do it. Make like a battle, like shows off of like her doing battle and stuff. But
yeah.
the music that they use is pretty much real emotion from FFX2.
Oh.
Also, I just looking at her attacks also and how much pretty much shit that's on screen. I feel sorry for your for those rigs that will not be able to handle this
Oh yeah, yeah. Usually they do a pretty good job
optimizing.
optimizing, so I've noticed, yeah. I mean that is Unity engine for you. It's not like it's not too much, but yeah. Unless your rig
This
is just so
this
bad.
is
Oh yeah, this is like oh my god, it's so cool. I love the fact that
like
her jacket comes off when you alt. It's so cool.
when it comes to like I guess like attack aesthetics. I do love characters that can use like wires,
Wires and just
like
they do this the snap. It's just like oh
the
man.
snap, or they twang it and it just
And man, like
reverbs.
the texture on her pants is like oh my god. Such a somebody took their time in the lower half.
I would love to get crushed between those
Yeah.
like like sparrow eggs.
hmm Also, somebody loves high rise pants over at ZZZ because I noticed.
Someone who wore that for a cosplay, and thank God that picture is never to be found again. They hurt after a while. They fucking hurt.
Oh, like high rise pants.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Because I noticed Ju Yun is also wearing high rise like skin tight pants. So somebody over there likes it pretty high. But man, oh man, she is Evelyn is the unit for me. Even though like I said, like my brain says I should get Yao, but my heart says Evelyn. Because she looks really cool. And she's just like she just checks off a lot of the check marks when it comes to like favorite traits or characteristics of of like the ideal cool female character, you know. And then there's some little footage of like uh from the live stream, including some cinematics. There's some
Oh,
teases of the
kissing.
story, cutscenes, you
Oh,
know.
kissing.
Yeah, they're friends, quote unquote.
No, no. Let's dig a little deeper there. They're cousins.
Oh
They
god,
really love each other that much.
you're digging that out of the hole.
Thank you, English dub of Sailor Moon
It's
90s.
funny because Evelyn is basically Saturn and Yao is Neptune. Basically. Somebody also made the comparison of I don't know the Japanese title, but the anime is called Love is War. I don't know if you know that one. It's the one with she it's funny. There's also like a girl with red eyes and black hair, and she had a servant slash maid, I guess.
Battle Maid. Battle Maid.
Not battle maid, it's just a servant or maid who also looked like her too. Like she was blonde, like everything.
And I'm sorry, like those are not like we're best friend eye. Those are like
Like the sexy eyes.
yeah, those are bedroom eyes going like
Yeah,
down,
even here too.
down.
This is I'm sure from the story that's coming up. Like look at this. Like she wants to dance with Evelyn. Like yeah, like
Like wise in the back. He
yeah,
looks
that's
like
what people were saying. Like why is in the back like all like I don't know. He's like planning
yeah, he
something.
looks like he's like this is so fucking gay.
Like he's plotting something or something.
How can I make money off of this?
How can I capitalize off of this? Hmm.
And then the Bangbu is like, this is nice. It's so
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I'm sorry, Belle. You are making me uncomfortable and also look like my leg is gonna fall asleep by just looking the way you're positioned on that
Oh
fucking
yeah, yeah.
couch.
She definitely is kind of like the third wheel for sure of the three. And then Wise is just like sitting in the back, like in the dark too.
Wise is just going like inching over to Fairy. Fairy, record.
Fairy, yeah, Fairy, yeah, I mean, yeah. It's funny because Fairy is right there too. Oh man, yeah. He seems a bit more distant in official arts. Yeah, it's kind of weird, right? Yeah, you know, it's kind of plotting something in the
No,
background.
it's because well, if you notice, because in some art when he's around like the guys, he's a little bit more closer and Belle's away. So it's like, I see what you're doing there. Why is like playing with the boys? You know, like play with the girls.
Hmm.
Even though
Perhaps. Oh yeah, this part too.
and
I'm like,
with that
oh.
indirect kissing.
Yeah. I love how like the Bangbu's eyes flicker a little bit, like oh, like preparing for the
It's like
kiss.
I'm going to get laid tonight.
And yeah, then Grace.
And you're just going to watch Wise or Belle.
Yep. Yep. It says yeah, Grace got competition. Uh-oh.
Stay away from my baby.
Yep, pretty much. No, it's fine. Grace got Billy, right? Oh yeah, and there's fishing.
Oh, yeah, fishing seminar.
Oh my god. I was like,
I mean,
oh
not
my
seminar,
of
but
course they're gonna have
simulation.
fishing. Of course they're gonna have fishing in a game like this.
I'm
Uh
in record. It's a small shit.
yeah. Oh yeah, there's another shot from the story that's coming up again. My
Belle, where are your eyes looking?
I
Like this, that's not no fucking like oopsie.
yeah,
Belle's pretty much going like,
just stuck on those wobbly jobblies.
are those real?
Yeah,
What happens if I
yeah,
what happens if I touch?
yeah. And then you get a little bit of her gameplay in the actual showcase, which is very well shot, of course. Yeah, the way she does like the twirl with her heel and stuff like that is it's really cool. And then yeah, everything about Evelyn is just so cool.
It's just like that meme that we put in last time. What was it like? Pull, pull, skip, skip, skip,
Oh
skip,
yeah.
pull. Wait, pull.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep, you can see a little bit of what their outfits look like before combat. You know what I hate? Like, it's always the first character on your team, right, that gets displayed. So sometimes I like to have the support first. So that means I have to see my support doing this instead of like the main DPS or whatever. So I have to do the main DPS first, and then have the supports in the bag. And then I have to what I have to do sometimes is just immediately switch to my supports because I want to use their buffs first and then apply some damage. So I don't know. It's a little bit of a nitpick there. Showcasing Astra's gameplay stuff. She does a lot of dodging, I know, so I think her gameplay is gonna be revolving around dodging, maybe. So you want to level up her dodge ability, perhaps. I'm not too sure. And then there's some statement from the developers. That's pretty nice. Some more like Easter egg kind of screenshots, including I guess Soldier standing right there. Um, yeah, that's a fan video. Oh yeah, so there you go. There's more little screenshots of the story that came up in the trailer or the showcase, right?
I like how Wise was like counting his fingers. Ah, do have 5 digits.
I do have 5 fingers. Yeah. Yep. And then more of Evelyn and Yao together. This one's pretty nice. I like that. Yeah, here you go Vlad right there. He's like making comparisons. Like, oh, he's got a long ponytail. This guy has a long ponytail. You know, that kind of stuff. I think it is Hugo Vlad, so kind of like sealing the deal. There's a little bit of the Bongbu video right there. Snap. Um, this is from the one of the events for 1.5. Our style looks cute, obviously. Screenshots of the New Year's segment of the showcase. I kind of like they for whatever reason they put the blondes together, right? Like like Piper, Lucy, got Evelyn right there in one shot, and of course you got the besties, right? You got Miyabi and Zuyan, Billy being Billy, of course. Um, oh yeah, the people have been pairing these two with Seth and Asaba because they're together in somewhere in the game. I'm like, oh, what's going on with these
Yeah,
two?
I know. It's like, what happened, everyone? You were pairing a fucking Seth with Jane now.
I
What
know.
just happened?
Yeah, that's funny.
Like, what's next? You're gonna pair fucking Billy with Lighter?
Right? Yeah. Because they're well, because Lighter looks up to Billy because Billy was like a champion at some point or something like that. He was,
Which
he's
again, I highly fucking like doubt. It's
yeah.
like Fairy, show me tapes of this man
But
being a badass.
yeah.
Show it to me right now.
Yeah. I think his whole like flamboyancy is somewhat of a facade, judging from like what's been revealed so far about Billy. Like he actually is like a badass, but he just purposefully acts like this
He's a
so that
goofball.
yeah, so that he doesn't have like the radar on him or something. There's Lycan, a little blurry, but whatever. Um,
I like how Bernice is like, "Wake up, you fucking old bitch! Look at that! Look at the sky!"
oh yeah, right here. Yeah, because Piper's like sleeping. Of course.
Wait, I'm confused. Where? Try go back up.
What do you want me to point at?
Hey, so go back to Piper and Bernice. There's Neko, and then there's another Neko. Are there two Nekos?
She does move around real quick, so maybe that's what it is. Because remember, she was like
Because
looking.
there was that
Was it? Go ahead.
there was that there was that part in the recent chapter at the end where everyone's like walking
Yeah,
off
yeah, yeah,
the dock.
yeah.
It was your bang boo. I was like, "Wow, look at your bang boo. How did you get over there? Why are you over there? How many bang boos do we
I
have?"
know, right? Very interesting segment. Oh, did you know that Ellen actually lives with Lycan and Rena? I didn't know that. I like I somehow did not realize that. Cause I think she lost her parents to do the hollow or whatever. That's what happened. And then I don't know what Corin's story is still. 'Cause I don't think they talked about it too much. But basically Lycan and Rena kind of act like adoptive parents, I guess, for these two. So that's kind of wholesome. So because I'm like, wait, where does Ellen live, right? Because there's all those videos of her like, waking up and getting up for school and whatever. And it's like, wait, where's her house, right? And yeah, she actually lives with the Victoria household or whatever. So it kind of explains her jumping back and forth as a maid and a student and such. Um, so kind of interesting. Oh, and speaking of which, I forgot to mention almost. Ellen's story is going to be added to the agent stories, so her stuff is going to come up in 1.5 as well. For
I'm
those
kind of
Ellen
so
fans,
mad at Ellen. He's on. How dare you sleep on where he sits? Get off of it! You see me like run over there like, "Ugh, it's it's fresh."
yeah. So for the Ellen fans, yes, you'll get more Ellen goodness, I guess you could say, and learn about her story more. I think it's gonna be more focused more on her and her friends because her friends are going to be, or her school friends are also going to be involved with the story as well. All right. So, I got more screenshots. Yes, they got the eyes for each other. um, that looks like a new, what do you call A rank Bangbu? Looks like that. I don't know what that does exactly. Um, I think it's all like extra stuff at this point. Yes, yes. Yes, Asaba is a pretty boy. We get it. All right. Are you into Asaba, or you're kind of like, yeah, he's alright, or
So, he's still level 1, but the more I play with him, it's like maybe he's kind of good because
yeah, he's a little weird to play, if I'm gonna be honest. But when you do understand his mechanics, then he starts to get more fun.
yeah.
I'm still like a little confused, so I have to like, I essentially have to like watch a fucking YouTube video on how he works. But yeah, he seems cool. He can like cover a long distance like real fast, so that
Yep.
makes him really effective for bosses that like to like jump across the map and you kind of just like chase them down really fast. Along with Miyabi, but yeah, because what you could do with Miyabi is hold down her dash, and she does like a really like a zigzaggy dash, and it covers a lot of ground fast. For those who didn't know. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, oh yeah, I don't know if you got the live stream code, but there was one. Yeah, it's already passed, so it's already expired, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I always try to get these done immediately after the live
Yep.
stream. So in case you haven't been doing that, Zawa, I would suggest to try to get this done as soon as possible. As soon as you see the code,
Yep.
you catch it or redeem it because
Cashing in, boys.
cash in. You gotta cash in real fast. That's how they work. Because it's only up for like what 24 hours, I believe. So gotta do fast.
Cafes.
Gotta go fast. All right, so that's it for your ZZZ for right now. Any comments on the upcoming 1.5 patch?
Oh wow! Someone already put like a roadmap
Oh, did
for
they?
like how like what do you need to do? How long? How much maths is gonna take?
Oh yeah. For
Um,
Evelyn and Yao and whatever else.
Ellen and then
Yeah, Chingy.
yeah, right
Yeah.
there. I'll
Oh
put in
yeah.
Hypecast. I was like,
Yeah.
oh wow, that was fast.
Yep. Yep. That's the usual. Yep. Okay. I figured they're gonna lock it behind the boss, the new boss. That kind of sucks, but that's kind of how it goes. So what I would do is just gather as much of the XP's stuff, including the engine materials and the character materials, as much as possible. Get all the the actual W engine level material, and then the fire stuff and attack unit level up stuff. The usual.
Usual.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah. Same thing
sorry,
here.
I felt something in my stomach.
Okay.
Yep.
Is
The Asian milk.
it?
Sorry, pause.
Pause. Break time. All right, are we
What
back?
was more bad? What was more bad is that my cat was sleeping in the hallway and I almost just ran her
Oh
over.
God,
It
Jesus!
was like, "Wee."
I gotta go. Make way.
Gotta go fast.
Yeah, gotta go fast. Gotta go fast. No kid. No kid. Is my camera on, by the way? I'm just.
Yeah, your
Uh,
camera's on.
okay. All right.
And it's a good thing I took a Tums or Pepto Bismol, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Stomach,
Nice.
hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully.
If
Well.
not, you're probably just gonna see me just sink into Venom's ass, and then you'll be
Yeah.
like, "Yep, song's done."
Well. So, speaking of relief, well, or lack thereof. This is regarding to Assassin's Creed Shadows being delayed again by another month after numerous other delays. So previously it was for February 14th, but now it's going to be
For
launched.
Valentine's Day.
Yep, around Valentine's Day. But now instead they're going to do it on March 20. Now, okay, maybe okay, 1 month delay, whatever, right? But do you know specifically what happened on that date, March 20th, in Japan?
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like it's a holiday. No, not really a holiday, right?
Okay. So
March 20th, because
for Japan, for
yeah,
Japan, it is a significant day. But do you are you familiar with what happened on that
no,
day specifically? Okay.
no,
Um,
because I from what I know about that date was from my sensei saying that it was like it's a national holiday.
well, I don't know about a
Anything else?
national holiday, but this was the day of the sarin gas attack in Japan, and in fact, this will be the 30th year since that attack. So, I mean, I don't know if this was like I'm pretty sure this wasn't a coincidence, and I'm sure this was just like
Or intentional?
you know, or unintentionally made it that day because of course this is supposed to be the Japanese side of the Assassin's Creed game, right? But there's that whole thing about Yasuke, blah blah blah. But you know, on top of all the other sort of slip ups that they've had for this game, now you have this in addition too. So it's like you're going to release a game kind of somewhat butchering Japanese culture in some ways, or at least the subject of, like obviously tampering with his Japanese history in some ways, right? And now you have it on a day where a number of Japanese people died, right? I mean, and it's a pretty significant day in that regard, due to a sort of human on human, obviously, a direct attack of terrorist esque sort of attack. All right, so yeah. So I don't know if this article really commented or mentioned on this in particular, but that's what people are starting to point out now. So it's like, you probably want to push it either a little forward more or push it back a little bit, like,
Yeah.
you know. But I've been hearing other stuff that I didn't even know that happened for this game. So like, not only is going through development hell, but like apparently they were infringing on historical landmarks and just like straight up putting them into the game without the approval slash permission from Japan, right, or the Japanese government. Including the famous landmark from World War II, which one that doesn't make sense. Two is like why would it's like why would you do that in a samurai period game or feudal era, feudal Japan game, right? When this was supposed to be something from World War II, which is like way farther into, of course, obviously, right? Makes no sense. And then, not to mention, apparently they were like doing some marketing or something like that, uh, and they literally copied Zoro's sword. It's the it's called Sandai Kitetsu, right? So it had like the red handle and everything, and then on the bottom, I think it has some like Japanese kanji that made no sense. So it's just like a bunch of blah 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 nonsense. So it's like on top of all the controversies they were involved with Japan, like they just keep fucking up for this game. So it's kind of like the a bit of a shit show and a half, this game. So by the time this game comes out, I think this is not gonna perform too well, especially when Ubisoft is already like they're in for some shit when it comes to money, apparently. So that's why there's been talk about like people buying out Ubisoft because they've been just constantly just losing money. They just have not been performing well, especially for game company like Ubisoft, which used to be reputable, right? For Rayman and Rabbids and um, Splinter Cell, I believe, right? A lot of the Tom Clancy stuff, in the past. Um, shame, right? Where's Rayman? You know, the sort of neglecting that continues for Rayman. But and on top of that, Ubisoft has been the subject of like the whole sexual harassment stuff with the female employees, and so they think like um what do you call Assassin's Creed Shadows is kind of like a red herring about that. They're like basically trying to be like, oh, we're diverse and we're trying to be inclusive and whatever, blah blah blah, kind of like the whole DEI stuff that we were talking about earlier on, um by including, well, a black samurai as a main character and a female, you know, uh, ninja and stuff, which that I don't have an issue with because, you know, we've had plenty of female characters. I don't know why that's a complaint. Whatever, dumb, but whatever. That the Yasuke thing I kind of understand because it's like you know,
It's well, with Yasuke, if you don't know Japanese history and shit, then you don't know.
yeah,
Are you? And to me, it's like I know of Yasuke because he was introduced kind of vaguely in Samurai Champloo, kind of vaguely.
right, yeah.
And then the more I looked into, Yasuke's backstory, I was like, oh, okay, because the great unifier, which is Nobunaga Oda.
He was a servant for Nobunaga, but I don't
Yeah,
think he was ever officially.
no, he wasn't officially a samurai. He
Yeah.
was just he was more of a like a almost like a bodyguard, but not to the level of like Hideyoshi and
Hmm.
Ranmaru.
He like the word they like to toss around is retainer or something.
Yeah,
So yeah, he was never given. He was, I think he was
never
given
given
a
the title.
house or something, but they never like
Yeah,
officially inaugurated him as a samurai. But with
he wasn't
fan,
given that
yeah,
a title. He was
yeah,
like given like almost like the same benefits as being a samurai, but he did not. He wasn't a samurai. Kind of
yeah,
like how Anakin wasn't a fucking Jedi Master. He was on the console,
yes,
but he
yeah,
wasn't. He wasn't a Jedi Master.
mm-hmm,
They don't,
mm-hmm.
acknowledge him as a
Kind of like
Jedi
that,
Master.
yeah. Analogies for analogy's sake, yeah. Yeah, so there's a lot of and obviously it's hard to find Yasuke because he was hardly recorded in the records, right? First off, so but from what was gathered, yeah, he was never an official samurai, but I think the real issue is just how they're really going about it because it's like, okay, they're trying to be diverse and yeah, they're stereotyping at the same time with Yasuke because especially with that trailer of like just blasting hip hop music, for a black character, right? When this is supposed to be Japan, like feudal Japan. It's like it was very strange. And on top of the game not being too impressive, it's just like, just like a run of the mill Assassin's Creed game. So it's nothing new at this point. And the fact that, well, the Japanese thing is already coming in too late when people have been requesting this thing for a long time. So I think like the whole like black woke thing is just it's just kind of like on top of it. It's not really like the issue. I don't think anyway. Maybe for some people it is, but because they like to be all anti woke or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. I don't know which way it is around is or whatever, but um, it just doesn't look fun enough or enticing enough. I don't think to stand out from the rest when you have all these other fun looking games from visual wise, but this is just like what you would kind of expect for Assassin's Creed. Again, doesn't really break the mold. We've already seen Ghost of Tsushima like kind of like breaking barriers in a way, so this is nothing impressing, unfortunately. right? There's a lot of factors to it. Just like what we were talking about with the fires. It's really not one thing. It's just a lot of things. You know, um, and maybe choosing Yasuke as the main character was a wrong choice. I don't know, but they should have made him into like um, not I don't know if DLC would be right, but I don't know, like one of the main characters or something. I don't know.
Like he should, like to me, like because again I'm going back to, as we agree, he wasn't a samurai, he was more of a retainer. He
Yeah,
should have been like a like an NPC that would like help you on missions
I think
when
that's
it
a
calls
lot of
for
people
it.
what would have expected for Yasuke. But I mean, and you can also say, well, this is just a fantasy story and stuff like that, but that's
Loosely based on
historical events.
historical events.
Yes. But I think I don't know, like in this case, I mean, it's hard to say, at this point, but
Like we weren't there, obviously,
well, obviously,
during
yeah, but
the feudal Japan era.
yeah. But it's like I think it was just like people were just really expecting to play a Japanese dude, right, as the main character, but this is supposed to be Japan, but you're playing as a black dude, you know. So like I sort of get it. At the same time, you know, it's a fantasy story, but I think it should have been packaged differently than if this is going to be a Yasuke game, right? Maybe it should have been like the Legend of Yasuke or something. That would have been like, okay, well, this is a game about Yasuke, right? You know, then I think that would have been a little better. But other than that, I think it's just like a lot of things has just been piled up thanks to Ubisoft that they kind of put themselves into this whole um situation, I guess you could say. Because of the harassment, because of all the nonsense that they've been doing with their games and the live service stuff and what they've been how they've been sort of treating Assassin's Creed, I guess, Rayman, everything else. They kind of just put that hate into this game by happenstance. I don't know, but they're also not doing Japanese culture justice in a way because again, they're you know there is the line between historical reference and just like being straight up wrong when it comes to historical stuff. So I think that also played a part as well. You know. So again, it's a lot of factors. It's a lot of gray areas, and it's just I don't know. The game just looks like it's just not gonna be breaking the mold by any means. So I
Yeah,
think that's a large part of it too. If the game was like really like gorgeous and like oh my god like this like this looks sick, then I think people would have overlooked that for the most part. But it's not doing anything, so that's why again people are now having their eyes on everything else rather than the game itself grabbing their eyes, right? So it's just kind of like the consequence of like Ubisoft not being on top of their games and putting their heart into it. It's just again the whole like DEI stuff, the whole I guess woke quote unquote culture, just too much priority on that. Um just make a story. I think that's really all it boils down to for like everything else really. But
yeah.
yep. Anyway, so um we can go ahead and move on from there. And just to make sure that I'm correct on that date, let's go ahead and reference on um, that said event. Yep. So the Sarin gas attack in Tokyo took place on March 20th.
Yep.
So 14 people died, but more than 5,000 or almost 6,000 people were affected by the gas. Um,
And what I was going towards March 20th was also the for Japan. It's the vernal equinox day, so
okay, that makes sense.
that's why I was
Maybe.
saying my sensei was telling me that because at the time that she really liked that stuff because I guess her community would actually throw like festivals,
Mm-hmm.
thanking nature and
Yeah.
like her she was very she very like holding up to like the old traditions.
Mm-hmm.
So like whatever like um what's it called? Like whatever traditional thing Japan was doing at the time, she'll like make us, pretty much take part of it
Mm-hmm. So maybe it was intentional to do it on that day because this is a very religious-driven attack of terrorism. So do it on a significant day to really put that mark on.
on the calendar, so to speak.
Yes, yeah, yeah, because this is, yes, done by a cult group called um Aum Shinikyo. So for those who remember or not remember, cult group led by a pharmacist named Chizuo Matsumoto. And yes, at one point they initiated said attacks. So yeah, I believe it took place in the metro station of Tokyo, which, yes, pretty, it encapsulated and stuff and trapped all the people and such due to the nature of the attack and panic and all that stuff. So, anyways, unfortunate coincidence. I'm I don't I can't say that it was intentional or not or whatever. Um, but I do want to say that it was just coincidence. But I would personally highly suggest change that date to something else, just so you know. But then again, it's like at that point, what else could you do to sort of try to repair what little image the game has left? Because it's like it's been kind of the joke of the town or whatever. The short end. It's been getting the short end of the stick, and at that point, it's like, what else could you do for that game? Yeah. Well, anyways, that's that. Um, Meanwhile, Platinum Games, for those who have been trying to keep up, they're
Mhm.
apparently they published some sort of statement involving with we will continue to take on new challenges. Um, this was after former former director Hideki Kamiya made a new studio that is actually backed up by Capcom. So, um, I mean, what does that mean, really? I mean, it could be anything. Um, Possibly more Bayonetta, possibly other things. Hopefully, they don't do mobile games and such and live
Or
servicey
God
games.
for God forbid, pachinko games.
Yeah, pachinko or anything like that. Um, Try not to repeat what happened with Babylon's Fall. If anyone remembers that game. um,
Which is again, it's fucking sad because Babylon's Fall was not Platinum Games' fucking fault.
No, it's I believe what was it?
It
Square
was
Enix, right?
yeah, it was Square.
Yeah.
Square was just trying to dip their hands in so many cookie jars.
Yes, yeah, that was the time when they were like, "Oh, live service, oh, NFT, oh, blockchain or whatever the fuck." So, yeah. They're looking for all the ways to make money. Like, my god. Like when you look back on that, it's like, "Oh, it's out of control."
Which again, like the and that's the thing with Japanese companies. They don't know how to let go and let
Yeah.
the new blood take over. They
Mhm.
think they're because they're old, they're wise, which is not to their fault. They are wise, but times change.
Yes.
Uh, your consumer will change,
Yes.
and when you try to kind of like keep up with the fad and stuff, no, you're you're not.
Yeah.
Fads will come and go.
They will come and go,
Um,
yes.
People of a certain decade is probably just gonna not give two shits about
Yeah.
what's gonna happen.
Yep.
Everyone has different tastes in what they believe is entertainment and uh,
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Even Nintendo is like kind of still in that hole, unfortunately, with the whole like stubbornness and stuff. And
if Nintendo wants to like stick to the past, then hurry up and make bicycle cards. That's all you need to do if you want to be stuck in the past.
right.
Kind of
Yeah.
cynical, but
Yeah.
might be.
I mean, speaking of Nintendo, man, they've been trying to cover up their tracks or whatever. They're saying like, oh, those leaks of the pictures or whatever are fake or not official or whatever. So I don't know. Have you seen all the stuff that's been coming out for the Switch 2? Those pictures and
Yeah.
stuff and footage? Yeah, it's crazy.
Yep.
Like especially how like the new Switch or whatever it's gonna be called, it's gonna like snap in and stuff instead of like sliding them in. They're like actually like a hatch almost. It's kind of neat, which like integrates with like the bigger grips on it. Which yeah, that looks comfortable, and it's kind of a smart way to implement that.
And then it's also like again, if these leaks are true, it looks more uh made for bigger hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So petite Asian hands.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, the little jank shit. If you didn't have the other controller, the pro controller,
Yeah.
whatever, it fucking hurt holding that thing because it was so like
Yeah.
this, like you're
The doggy face one. Yeah, I remember. I
yeah.
know what you're talking about. It hurts after a while. It's like yeah, it's so. I know it's trying to be slim, but man, it's too. I think it's too slim, too sleek for its own good. So you just wind up wanting to just play on at home, for the most part.
Yeah.
I know some people who played handheld for like a long time, but yeah, that shit's like nah, nah. This ain't it, chief. But hopefully those leaks are true because that looks more comfortable from what I've been seeing. All right. So, have you read this or catch this, Sawa? This is involving from Kingdom Hearts, official Kingdom
Ugh,
Hearts, right? So this big old
here we
statement, like
go.
I don't know what this is about. Did you read
Let
this
me
or
see.
can you like?
Nope.
Okay, can
All
you
right, let's read this together,
all right,
kids.
it's read along with Zawa.
Oh, it's been 15 years. No,
God damn
I'm
it.
fucking not gonna do that
Okay,
shit.
okay,
I don't want to fucking make you going,
yeah.
motherfucker.
All right.
It's been 15 years since the release of Birth by Sleep. Okay.
Yes.
One of the better game. So okay, anyways. So I've been asked to give you a secret. I'm not even
Anecdote.
gonna attempt reading
Anecdote.
that word.
Yeah. Okay.
How the game itself was born.
Yeah.
I've already revealed quite a lot, so I had to think about what would be best. Apparently, the plan is to release my comment alongside the teaser trailer for Birth by Sleep from the secret movie in Cage 2. Yep, when we saw the three people in clad armor, and we found out those were Terra, Aqua, and Ventus.
Yes.
Okay, and which their cinematic actually was one of the best as an intro to them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, taking my cue from that video, I'd like to give you an insight into the Crossroads. Oh, okay. In this video, three Keyblade readers clad in armor. What I just said.
Right.
Wait for someone at the end of the for someone at a crossroads. Meeting someone at a crossroads is actually a recurring motif in Kingdom Hearts. Yes, it is. Yes,
It's
it is.
not wrong.
At the beginning, at the beginning of Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, which was first on the Game Boy
Yes.
Advance, I believe.
Advance. I do remember that.
Sora meets someone in a black coat and is invited to Castle Oblivion. Was it called
Yes.
Castle Oblivion before? During the climax of Birth by Sleep, the three protagonists wait at a crossroads for two Keyblade wielders, linked to them by fate. It is where the opposing unions come together and the Keyblade War breaks out in the Kingdom Hearts Chi series. So that X is pronounced, Chi, Chi, but forget what, not dialect, but what, um,
It's not Greek, is it?
I think it is Greek.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
it would be
something
like
like that.
Kai or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something like that. Okay. Well, anyway.
Those who wish to become the new leader of the unions in place of the master gather here in Kingdom Hearts Unity. And in Kingdom Hearts 3, the ancient foretellers known as the Lost Masters gather at these crossroads. Little tidbit of the Lost Masters, you had to at the time had to play the fucking web game, which was fucking only Japan exclusive. Then they brought it a little bit to the States in the mobile game, and even that fucking was confusing as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And as you can see, whether there's something going on, crossroads act as a important point of divergence to trace it right back to the motive that was inspired by the well-known crossroad myth of ancient from American folklore. So they could be talking about I forgot which famous blue singer or blues magician, not magician, musician
Oh.
met the devil at a crossroad, and that's how he became good in playing blues music.
Oh.
To which
Okay.
inspired the song "The Devil Went Down to Georgia"
Uh
and stuff
huh.
like
Uh
that.
huh.
Okay, the
Okay.
story goes like this: man makes the fucking right there. I'm just fucking not even paying attention.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna skip that paragraph. I
Yeah.
pretty
Deal
much
with the
summed it up.
devil, training his soul for the ability to play the guitar. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, get the car. That was that was the trumpet. Anyways, the first time a crossroads appeared in Kingdom Hearts was in Chain of Memories. It's a good thing I knew these games already, so
Mm-hmm.
I know their abbreviation, which is about losing something to gain something. And in fact, all subsequent appearance of crossroads have the same significance. The greatest example in Birth by Sleep is a story where all three protagonists pay a heavy price to attain something. But wait! when the lost when the lost masters gather at the crossroads in Kingdom Hearts 3, what is gained and what is lost? That's a story for another time. Presented by Tetsuya Nomura, Kingdom Hearts series director, which he did say in earlier tweets, I think it was last year, that he had to look at YouTube videos to remind
Yes,
himself what the fuck he created.
I remember seeing that. So
so so in a big like, you know, too long to read and shit, Crossroads. They good and they bad.
yeah, something
pretty
happened.
much pretty much he's saying Kingdom Hearts subtitle Crossroads.
Yep, yep, yep. Maybe, yeah. So it was just
So
like a kind of like a
and
recap slash crossroads.
can I have an OVA at this point?
Yeah. I'm surprised there has not been any like anime or
Yeah,
anything at this point.
anime no, but the manga series
Yeah,
was out there back in the early 2000s.
I
I own the first wave or the first um versions
yeah.
of the manga series
I do
because
remember. Hmm.
they remade they remade it like a few years ago
Okay.
for like updated stuff. But I own the original like manga, which let me see. Let me see if I can make you guys see it. Let's turn off Venom's ass for a moment.
I do
So they're
recall.
right
Yes.
there. They're right there by Carnage.
Nice. I see it. I see
And
it.
yeah. And then yeah. Oh look, Onimusha Down of Dreams.
That's funny.
Remember that game, kids? They did make a manga.
Yeah.
Or should I say it in English then? They made a manga.
Mm-hmm. Manga. Yeah. Oh man. I do recall though, then making a manga for Kingdom Hearts. So I can kind of reaffirm that. But yeah, you know, that whole statement was just kind of nothing. It's just like, oh yeah, Crossroads. Yeah, this happened.
Crossworlds. What do they do?
Oh yeah, what did they do? I mean, it is interesting that it is referencing American folklore about the whole Crossroads thing. So that's neat. But other than that, all right, you know, bit of a recap, somewhat ish. Um, I thought there was gonna be somewhere in that statement like a hint of like what four is gonna be or whatever the new one's gonna be about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
And that's the thing too. Remember, I keep saying that Nomura has a time limit until he's kicked off the project of Kingdom Hearts in general.
Yeah,
But lo and behold, we still have nothing of Kingdom Hearts 4, except for that it wasn't even like a full like a actual trailer. It was just like a
like a demo or something, right?
like yeah, like a performance demo or showing like, hey, this is my how this is my how Kingdom Hearts 4 looked like, just like how we were tricked as consumers in the early 2000s of Final Fantasy versus 13,
That's right.
and it became 15, and it took like a year for 15 to actually look good.
That is right. 15 was just
So
man, that's a whole chapter of itself.
yeah, don't worry. What you call Matt must already made a video of what happened, so go
Hmm.
watch that.
Yeah,
Like the development for 15 was is such a sloppy like slope that you're going.
especially trying to work with the what was it called, the crystal engine or whatever you call it, the luminacy engine.
Yeah,
It's just a whole
that
just
was a monster. It
yeah.
wasn't even a good monster. That was like, holy shit, what the hell are we doing?
Yeah, I know. But now,
Like
yeah,
I remember someone that was in the development team, like they said it on Twitter, but they deleted it after.
mm,
It was kind of like saying like, wow, using this engine is reminding me how and they bleeped out how fucking difficult it was working with a PS3 or developing games for PS3, and I was like, Jesus Christ!
My God.
I was like, it was that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, the PS3 back then was top notch, but hearing development hell stories to just make games for the PS3 was like, I am so sorry.
Yeah, especially the whole thing about the cell processor, that was like of itself a nightmare to develop on as well. So dealing with that and that engine is like, ugh, God. I would not want to be on that team if there was a game development team to be on. Yeah. But it's Kingdom Hearts. There's just gonna be a lot of words and story stuff, lore that it kind of dug itself into. Even Nomura has to watch videos just to remember what the fuck is going on. It's
Which
like,
is dumb because the lore in Kingdom Hearts, it's like one Kingdom Hearts 1. Then you have Chain of Memories. Kingdom Hearts Coded. Coded was the fucking on the mobile game, the first mobile game
yeah,
for Japan. And then you have 2. And then you have a diversions of fucking 2, which was Birth by Sleep, which is actually the second part of a prequel because when that other because that web game that was supposed to be that little Brit not like gap closer for the time of Kingdom Hearts 2 and 3 was actually the beginning of like everything, and it's like what is this flow chart? I
yeah.
just wanted to go to step A to C. Why is I'm on step A?
That's
Why do I have to go to
yeah,
step AZ to get to step A2?
yeah. That's kind of the beauty of like Yakuza slash like a dragon. It's just like it's just straightforward. It's like, okay, go play from 0 and then go up to 7. You're fine. you know.
And they catch you up in those
Yeah, they have
Yakuza
the
games.
thing. Yeah, they have the recaps and all that stuff. If you feel like skipping through those, they have a recap like or whatever. So that's fine.
Like Kingdom Hearts kind of has a recap, but it's like so like also vague as fuck. It's
Oh
kind of
yeah.
it's kind of like that person going like, "Remember that one time?"
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. It's like, no, explain to me.
Being vague for a
remember,
convoluted story is like, ugh.
remember that one time in Maleficent's castle?
What about
Okay, what time?
okay,
Which
what
one?
yeah, which one? Like we didn't we go there like
It's like when
twice at least?
we it's like when we killed the bitch or we beat Riku's ass.
hmm
Which one? Which
Yeah.
time? Or the time I turned into a fucking heartless. Which part of the timeline are we talking about? When we were exactly in Castle Oblivion,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
Or not. Is it called Castle Oblivion? Oh god, I forgot my fucking Kingdom Hearts 1 worlds.
I mean, hey, Noro himself forgot too, so don't blame yourself. That's how
And it's kind of
convoluted
like I mean it's kind of like um a Toriyama sensei
yeah.
forgetting about Sans having fucking tails.
Tails, yeah.
He's like, where's his tail? His what?
hmm
Oh shit.
At least it at least they well he brought that back during Super because
Hollow Bastion. There you
oh
go.
Hollow Bastion, that's what it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hollow Bastion turned into Radiant Garden in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Do, do,
So
do I want to go back and play Kingdom Hearts 1? Hell the fuck no. I'd rather play Kingdom Hearts 2 and just play smash the triangle button.
Oh yeah, no. That game was literally Mass Triangle the game. I remember
Look at all this crazy shit you can do with these button combination. Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, that's Kingdom Hearts for you. We'll have to wait and see. All right, let's wrap it up on the game side of things, and then hopefully move through the entertainment stuff real quick. But before that, Marvel Rivals, right? We're just kind of talking about that. Has been still breaking records. In fact, they on Steam alone, the player count record of season one is peaking at 600, 440 or 40, 644,000. This is quite a bit.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
like, oh, my brain had to rewire it for a second. So that beats Apex Legends player count record. I'm assuming all-time record, making Rivals stream 14th most played game ever. Steam, excuse me, not stream. So that's already right. The game just came out like what, almost what, a month now, and it's just like already number 14 most played game ever on Steam. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. And then meanwhile, Invisible Woman, Reed Richards, Human
No,
Torch.
no, no. He's not Reed Richards. He's what Twitter or X are people calling is a ripoff of Luffy.
Oh my god, I saw that. I
When I saw that, I was like, I know. Like I felt your pain. I was like, oh, I feel hot.
I was like, oh my
But
fucking god.
when I saw the first tweet of like, did Marvel Rivals rip off One Piece? I was like, other way around, but not a rip off. It's more of a homage
Yeah.
to Marvel, but still. And then someone saw Mr. Fantastic's ult, and they're like, "Oh, that's just I think they said Gear 4, Gear
4-4.
3," and I was like,
Yeah.
it's like Lord, give me strength. You know what? Fuck Lord. It's like what? No, no, not you, my Lord. Whitebeard, give me strength that I don't fucking murder these people.
Yeah. So yep, you got Fantastic Four, make it in there, including the Thing, of course, and Human
Yeah,
Torch.
Thing and the Human Torch will be in part two
Part two. Part
of
two.
season one.
Yes. What's the robot thing? Is that just there or something?
I
Or
think it's just one of the assistant robots, but everyone's like, I want to play as that robot. And it's
oh
like,
yeah.
you know what? I do. I do too.
Yeah. Yes, cheeks. That's all I saw.
Yes, cheeks. Look at it.
Yeah. I've been seeing that the Psylocke skin like everywhere. Like everyone loves this Psylocke skin. All it
Mhm.
reminds me of though is Boa Hancock. It just looks like Boa Hancock in like ninja uniform or just Psylocke's outfit with the sword and everything. But yeah.
Booty butt, booty butt, cheeks.
Yep. Oh yeah, and they're like before Reed Richards like launched or whatever, they're like pulling up all the like comic book images of him doing all this like crazy stuff with his like body because yeah, he can like manipulate his body in that way. So like
Yeah.
it's like yes, that's Reed Richards. He can do that. Are you just now discovering this? Like yeah, that's a lot of
You
people.
know,
Yeah.
it's like even like people who are not diverse in the Fantastic Four, they would like be like, yeah, this can do that.
Yes.
Do you not know the song of Fantastic Four? Richard is elastic, Sue can fade from sight, Johnny's the Human Torch, the Thing loves to fight. 0 for 4, Fantastic Four. Thank you, fucking 80s dumbass fucking song
Yeah.
or cartoon.
Yep. Oh yeah, someone was like, "Why does the thing look like he's like in the like he's like in the bathtub or something?"
Oh
Like,
yeah, in the tub. Like, I was like, leave him alone.
yeah, he just wants to relax. Yeah.
Probably this thing lost his girlfriend, in the incursion, or he
Oh,
doesn't have the girlfriend, the blind one. I forget her name. Because again, I don't. I know of Fantastic Four, but I do not read their comics,
I
which I
remember.
should because
Yeah.
there's Reed and Sue's kids. Well, I should say their son is ridiculously fucking powerful.
Yeah. I sort of vaguely heard about that. I'm
It's
not
like
too
pretty
familiar.
much
Yeah.
he. If I could give you like a short like one sentence of what this kid can do, he pretty much can be the author of the Marvel universe and
Oh,
just fucking write whatever the fuck he wants.
damn. That powerful, huh?
And I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, holy shit. It's like that's when you scratch your head. A guy who stretches, a woman that can do psionic blasts, make force fields,
And
bend
turned
light and
invisible.
stuff.
Yeah.
How the fuck did your two powers equal fucking reality destroying child?
Yeah. Right.
Marvel logic.
Yeah. So yeah, basically it's Stan Lee. Basically. He's basically Stan Lee or oh, what's that guy's name? Oh, Jack Kirby.
And then like someone, and then data miners are mining like the fuck out of the game
Of
and like
course.
found like files of like upcoming characters for Marvel Rivals. One of them, I'm laughing my ass off because I really want to know how he's gonna play. It's Professor X, and he's in the support role.
That's why are people memeing on X as of late. I'm like,
Yeah,
why is there a resurgence of Professor X being memed? And it's like,
and someone
now you
put
said it. It's
put
like, oh,
I DM'd you, and someone said that this better be his fucking MVP
oh, god damn
um
it.
MPP thing, and I'm like, you know what? I agree. I need to see this.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah,
anyway,
I saw this video. fucking, fucking Mr. Fantastic, just like, oh god, the spins. Oh my, I hope somebody does, or somebody at Marvel Rivals takes that note. At least make it for one of his
and
outfits or whatever.
I mean, that's the thing too. Like for outfits wise, I do want to see a Sir Patrick Stewart if this is true, Professor X. And I do want to see Sir Ian McKellen's Magneto skin for Magneto.
Oh yeah.
You can do it, and then go from there. You can do Jude Law. Is it Jude Law that played young Magneto?
Oh, oh, I thought it was Michael Fassbender.
Okay, Michael Fassbender and that's the actor's name for Professor X, but to
I know,
me he will always be Mr. Tumnus from Narnia.
I know, I think I know who you're talking about. Young. Whoops.
Which again, Mr. Tumnus was also the main character in Wanted, who whacked ah, fucking what's his name? Oh my god, I'm forgetting my actors' names. Star Lord in the face with the keyboard.
Oh, what? I'm sorry. I just looked up this actor right here. You're talking about him, right?
Yeah,
McCabe or
James
whatever.
McAvoy.
McAvoy, yeah. But no, that'd be cool to include the actors and stuff like that. I wonder if they'll do that for Storm, like the Halle Berry one. You get the shorter hair Storm, and then
I mean, I am glad that the VA for Storm is the original Storm from X-Men '97
oh,
and
that's
stuff.
cool. Yeah, Michael Fassbender. Did he play a part in X-Men First Class? He looks very familiar. I forgot what it was. Oh, he was in Oh, I remember. He was in Narcos. Never mind. Um, Let me see if X-Men shows up. Hold on. Sorry, I'm getting a little distracted here. Is he in Marvel or MCU? Let me see. Oh, I think it's like a one shot or something. It's either in the one shot or he was in Shang-Chi. Huh. I don't remember. Whatever. Marvel Rivals is still growing and it's going insane. Understandably so, because a lot of like the players that were previously like affiliated with like Overwatch and other such games, they switched over to Marvel Rivals and they're like getting way bigger numbers on their viewership, whatever. So
Yeah,
it's like it's so
and
much.
like some people are like trying to like debunk it and go like, well, this is only at peak time. You should only there's more people playing Overwatch, and it's like, bro, just stop already.
I know. Yeah, and they're like there's like a picture that was like comparing the costumes that was coming up for Marvel Rivals to the Overwatch newest costumes, and it's
Yeah,
like night and day. Like my God.
and to think that the battle pass initial is only $10.
Yeah. And then like what the you can like it doesn't like go away or anything like that,
Yeah,
right?
once you buy it, it's yours until you complete it whenever.
Complete it, yeah. That's cool. I like that. All right, let's wrap it up with some visual entertainment news. So let's go ahead and blast this one since we're limited to only so many sound effects.
Yeah.
Thanks, Discord. Anyway, all right. So breaking records for something at least. Sonic 3 by itself did cross the 200 million mark globally. The the budget for this one was 122 million. So big ups for that. I'm sure it's steadily going up, but as a whole, it has crossed $1 billion. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah, I don't have that sound effect anymore, unfortunately. Yep, yep. Um, Yeah, so once it hit worldwide, that was kind of like it sealed the deal pretty much. So glad to see it. I mean, yeah, I mean, I think it deserves it at this point. Sonic 3 was great. I had fun with it. There's some shortcomings, but the good really outweighs it this time, I think. So I enjoyed it. And
I
yeah,
mean, like again, the the studio and everyone um are gonna learn from their mistakes, live and learn and such.
that 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 I I get it. I
Did you
understood
do
that
the Captain
reference.
America thing? You did the Captain America. It's like I
I
understood
understood.
that reference.
Yeah. Yep. So big congrats for everyone who worked on Sonic 3 and just the Sonic franchise in general. So hopefully that keeps on coming. And what's great about it is that Jim Carrey is still open to play Dr. Eggman if they want him back. So
Yeah.
he just loves being Dr. Eggman at this point. That's great. Like what?
Like at this point, it's like just allow Jim Carrey to choose his roles. Don't choose it for him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that was the issue, right? With Jim Carrey, like they always typecast him as like the
Yeah, they
comedic.
type that as the comedic and stuff. Because
Yeah,
remember, like for a while, Jackie Chan wanted to, explore more shit than
yeah.
just being, the comedian stuff. That's why he made I forget the movie's title, but the premise was like he was trying to look for his daughter.
Oh, I do remember kind of like that. Yeah, I do kind of recall that. Alrighty. Meanwhile, um,
Meanwhile, in
meanwhile,
Netflix land.
yeah, in the Netflix line of things, so we did mention about Squid Game season 2, mixed reviews, whatever, right? It was with Squid Game how it performed previously, you would think that it would be the number one show,
Yeah.
going in with season 2. Though it did reportedly reach to almost 130 million views within 11 days. Um,
Mhm.
Funny enough, WWE's Monday Night Raw um, took over that spot. I guess I didn't even know Netflix was starting to show WWE stuff. So I was like, oh wow, and that took over the number one spot. Um, yeah, so that is something, I guess, right? Now, speaking of pro wrestling, I don't know if you ever watched like the AEW stuff, like on at least on X or excuse me, on Twitter,
Mm.
like the clips or anything like that. Dude, the crowd in those clips is like so dead. Like it's very awkward to watch. You're just kind of just sitting there, and then like when there's supposed to be like this big turn of events and their storyline or whatever, but everyone's just like silent, quiet, dead. In comparison to
It's a funeral, pretty
yeah, it's
much.
kind of like a funeral, yeah, like a library almost. And then the of course the commentators have to like kind of spruce it up a little bit, like
Hype, yeah,
yeah,
hype up
hype
or
up, like oh my god, all hell has broken loose, and then the crowd's just like yeah, yeah, like that's like yeah,
oh, by God.
like my god, yeah,
It's like sorry,
none
you
of that
don't have the same
energy, yeah,
opinion as him.
none of that energy,
It's like you ain't him, dude.
yeah, none of that energy, unfortunately. But meanwhile, WWE is still up there, despite all the little shortcomings here and there. But oh, did you hear about Vince McMahon? The on whatever latest update or whatever. There was a statement of him
I
saying like, "Oh yeah, like oh I can put this behind me now. It was just a few accounting mistakes or whatever the fuck." And um, that was like, that's getting. I think that's getting debunked real quick because he has to still deal with another case or something. I'm not super sure on that, but everyone's just like, yeah, we're not buying this shit. Like, this ain't over, man. What? Few mistakes, bro. You're like shoving hush money to like those women or whatever. Like, Jesus, man. But I guess Vince McMahon is like, ironically or unironically rather, I don't know, like the character he portrayed himself as, like the evil businessman or whatever you want to call it, which is kind of funny. It's almost like he projected himself into WWF/WWE. But I'm just glad that Triple H is the one in charge for the most part over Vince McMahon. I think honestly that was like the best move that could have happened, is to have someone like Triple H take over, because he is kind of like the successor, because he's married to Stephanie McMahon, all that stuff. Married himself into the big man family. Yeah. But meanwhile, yeah, Squid Game, like I said, I enjoyed it for what it was. I don't think it was bad at all. It's just like, yeah, but I do see why people were annoyed with it, because yes, it's repeating some points, but you have to watch it because it's hard to explain without spoiling it. And it's supposed to be a different take, I guess, on what's already been done. And if you have like a certain mindset to it, then you'll have fun with it. If you know what you're getting yourself into, then you'll have fun with it. Whereas it's like if you're expecting something like brand new or whatever the fuck, then I don't know, right? But it is going to be just 3 seasons, from what it's been said, and you know, this is just part two essentially. A lot of questions I do have. You know what's going to happen. So, alrighty, let's go ahead on to second to last thing. Invincible said it is said for Invincible by Robert Kirkman that they're going to try to make 8 seasons out of Invincible. Comments. Do you feel like it needs 8 seasons, or that's quite a lot? I feel.
What are you not prologuing, but what are you stretching?
I don't know. Good question. Because from what I've quote unquote read from like the synopsis and stuff like that for the original Invincible story from the comics, it doesn't seem too long. So I don't know if it justifies. Well, then again, how many is it per season? Is it 8 episodes or 8 episodes?
Yeah, about 8.
And it's like what, an hour at most, an hour long or something. So yeah, I guess maybe, but yeah, they better have some good writing then if they're gonna stretch it out to 8 seasons. Better make it count, I guess. But it does say roughly 8 seasons, so yeah, it says could be 10 or it could be 7. So yeah, just a relatively vague number then, I guess. But I think even 8 is a little much. I think 7 is like a good number to stop on, but because we're what, season 3, 2, was it? About ish, yeah. So I don't know. I feel like we just hardly cracked the shell at this point. From what I was able to see with the comic book storyline, because there is quite a bit more to it. All right. Last thing on the entertainment news, the a live action Helldivers movie is being put into the works at Sony Pictures. So what? It's just gonna be like Starship Troopers?
I know, it's like we already have it.
Yeah, right. They're probably gonna copy and paste it, like like somebody's homework or something, including all the war propaganda esque stuff that you see in Starship Troopers. It's literally taking a lot of inspiration from Starship Troopers, so you already have like a easy formula for a movie on your hands. So I guess just gotta make it all like graphic, like gory, and just cool, I guess. And a decent story, I guess. Have you when was the last time you have played Helldivers?
Helldivers are pretty much at the tail end of the first battle pass.
I see.
Anything else, it's like no, thank you. Other stuff.
Is this still being getting? Is this still getting more battle passes, or
it's still being updated? And,
yeah,
more content is what you call being added in. So yeah, it's not a dead game.
right. Man, speaking of dead or whatever, I mean, we just talked about Apex, man. It's what I heard from Mitchie. You know what Mitchie told me? Apex, I heard that they took out tap strafing for PC players. I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? That's like if Nintendo took out wave dashing in Melee. Like, what the fuck? Like you're kidding me. Like you literally take away like one of the things that PC players love to do in those type of games. Now, granted, yes, it did give those PC players an advantage over console players, but still, it's like at this point, if you want to keep your player base alive, you don't take away something that it's like a one of the big foundations for the PC players, or the like the kind of like a glue, right? That keeps them stuck into the game. But now that you took out the glue, it's like, well, they're gonna fall off, literally.
It's like, congratulations, you played yourself.
Yeah. Dude, other than that, it's like I have no idea. I have actually been like not keeping up with Apex Legends too much. Like Mitch is the only one who does, so I kind of just get my information from him. So when I first heard that, I'm like, what? You gotta be kidding me, right? It's like why? Like why? What sense does that make at this point? Again, advantages, but I don't really like. I don't know. I've never had a problem with that. I've gotten W's as a console player, you
Yeah.
know, but
Yeah.
it's such a shame because the game itself was actually fun. It's just the whole balancing issues and fucking like um the live service stuff was just a joke. You know, they only had the one collab, the major collab with Final Fantasy, and that was like done horribly. So much like money you was needed to get those like costumes. Two of the three were like no, actually no. Uh, one of the three costumes, one of the three costumes, excuse me, was
Mhm.
hideous on Horizon, especially Horizon as Aerith. It looked, she looked. I'm sorry, like that was awful. That was super awful. If anyone was going to be Aerith, it should have been someone like the oh my god, I'm forgetting her name. Oh, Conduit. The one of the one of the newer characters that give out the shield.
Is
Um,
that the one?
I think she's like Filipino or
They,
something.
yeah, the Filipino where her, I guess her video, her introduction was she was singing, and then we had that lovely section of
Revenant. Yeah.
Revenant singing, and then he's at the door.
No. Yeah. Yes. Yes. That was that was the best thing that came out of that segment is Revenant singing in the musical. But man,
Don't worry. When Revenant said no and turned, he was just going back to his boyfriend, Pathfinder.
Pathfinder. Yeah.
And I do like that pairing of what was it, Bloodhound and
Oh,
stuff.
Fuse.
Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
It's just the game, man. It's just what sucks too is that I think one of the devs confirmed that it was pretty much upper management just cock blocking them from doing anything they from them doing like the actual changes that are needed because they want to be the ones, upper management wants to be the ones to come up with the idea so that they get the credit for it. But because it was their idea, they're not gonna do it or something like that. That's what I heard.
Mhm.
Such a if it's true, such an ego trip, man. It's like, oh my god, why are just people like that in the world, man? It's, if it is true, if it is true. But either way, it's a shame. That game is just kind of a hollow shell. And meanwhile, I've been trying to play Fortnite as much as I can before Godzilla comes out, so that way I'm like not all rusty and shit. So by the time Godzilla is available, I can just go right in there and snatch that costume and all that stuff. I even already bought some like shoes, a pair of shoes from the store in
To, re-
Fortnite.
to recreate
Yes, the
the
meme.
iconic moment.
Hmm. Yeah, and because they're like premium, quote unquote, it has like Japanese kanji on it. It looks a little cooler than the ones that they gave out for free. The what do you call the Jordans? What do you call them? I forget. I forget the term. But anyway, um, that was the one used for the meme for Godzilla. But yeah, um, but no, I tried putting the shoes on like all the characters I have, and it's hilarious, dude. Because even Frieza can wear the shoes, and it just looks so off. Frieza wearing straight up just shoes, it looks so off.
My Lord Frieza, what are you wearing? Well, look at this, monkeys. I'm wearing the latest Jordans. It's
And
like,
these
whoa.
Jordans are for kicking their asses.
These Jordans are not for you, monkeys. Like, whoa, Frieza. We don't. Going a little too far with that.
Hmm.
What, the Jordans? No, the other thing. Monkeys? Shh. Monkey?
Yeah. Of course, Cell can wear the shoes. The only character that I have cannot wear shoes, strangely enough, is Snake or a Solid Snake.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. And then looking into the store is always like kind of a unique experience every time because they rotate out the characters or whatever. And I think the last time I looked in there was Shaq, Shaquille O'Neal, yeah. And then oh yeah, when I logged in too, I got a free Snoop Dogg costume, so it's the one with the Christmas costume. So that's great. Fortnite is great in comparison to Apex. Holy crap, man! Such a night and day difference. Oh yeah, now I also played Ballistic. That's the CS:GO clone mode.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's all right. Though I think like if you play ranked, a lot of the first couple ranks is really easy because it seems like you're dealing with people who just don't know how to play FPS games or something because Fortnite's a third person shooter. So like there are a lot of games where you're just like plowing over people, but then once we hit plat, then it's like okay, now we got a little bit of a challenge or some resistance. But yeah, no, Todd is good. Todd is pretty fucking good. He's like pretty crazy at ballistic. So I definitely get carried by him a lot of times. There was a moment where I was number one in terms of damage, but yeah, man, Todd is something. I mean, he does play. He does. To be fair, he does play Fortnite quite a lot with his friend, so that's why. But yeah, no, I'm next week as we record this will be Godzilla, so I'm gonna be all on that because he comes out on the 17th.
Yep.
Yeah, so I cannot wait. Cannot wait.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for his line to
Have you
land.
been playing Fortnite with the new battle
Here
pass?
and there.
Okay. Have you gotten Baymax yet or no?
No,
Okay, so you're not that far. Okay.
I'm one page below
Okay.
or behind, whatever it's called.
Yeah. I think I'm like around 35, I want to say at the most, on the battle pass. And I believe Baymax should be right below 50, I think. But then yeah, there's the whole thing about like the OC, the no, not OC, the OG pass, and then there's the music pass. So there's like all these like multiple pass. Oh no, and then the Lego pass. So it's like all these multiple passes. So you're essentially better off paying like what, the $12 or something, so that you get everything. That's probably what I'm gonna do just for this case because of Godzilla and all that stuff. And it's like, well, if I'm gonna spend that much on the coins, then I just might as well spend that similar amount of money to get all the access to all the passes. That's how I see things. And plus, it gives you, including 1,000, what do you call Fortnite V-Bucks
Hmm.
already. So it's like, yeah, I might as well do that. It's like that's such a deal that they created. So yeah, that is that. Oh yeah, I saw Todd like I think he bought all the like Dragon Ball stuff. I'm like, damn man, shit. He bought all that shit. Is there like a skin that you're waiting for in the store or whatever, or not really?
I mean, I already bought, well, for December, I already bought Mariah Carey. She's
Oh
the most powerful being during the month of December. And
yeah.
then I bought what was it? I bought Master Chief when he came out
Yep.
because of that. But for like skins, I don't know. Like I got Venom already, so
No, that's
booking was
cool.
like I had to book it.
Yeah. I
I know
think.
there are emotes that I want, but
Uh-huh.
it's like I have to look.
Yeah.
I mean, if there was a skin that I really want, but it was locked behind a battle pass, it
Hmm.
would be the original Darth Vader and the Mandalorian. Those they
Have
are locked
you
behind.
considered getting the samurai Darth Vader or no?
Oh, I already bought them.
Oh, you bought. Okay, yeah. Okay, you already did. What about the stormtrooper? Did
Uh,
you get that one too, or just
Nope,
Darth Vader?
not worthy.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand.
I mean, yeah,
I
there are
thought.
some skins.
Yeah, I thought about it. I'm like, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if he's still in the store or not, but whatever. I'm not too worried about that. I'm more focused on trying to get Godzilla. Oh my god. If it was Heisei Godzilla, it would have been so much more like, oh my god, I need to get it. I need to get it. If they put Heisei in the store, I'm gonna buy it. That's an instant buy right there. But
Do
I'm
you want money? Here
yeah.
you go.
Yep. Although I imagine Toho uh or do not have that on their radar. They do not have that on their radar. But all right, I think that's it. I'm just gonna just ramble on about fucking Fortnite at this point. So let y'all go. Thank you very much. We are back. We'll be back for next week, and then I believe after that, though, that's when you'll attend um to your thing, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
25th.
But the 25th was it?
Fifth.
5th. But nonetheless, we'll be back for next week. Hopefully, there'll be stuff to talk about. Hopefully, by then, the fire will be out. And we can just move on from there. And yeah, talk about the good stuff. At least during the time, or yeah, the time being. So, anyways, thank you very much. Again, we'll be back, and hope to see you all in the next one. Bye bye. I'm trying to pick out the one sound effect. Bye bye.
Again,